What up? What up? What's going on? Good evening, everyone. For today, Game 6 of the Eastern Conference semifinal series between the New York Knicks and the Indiana Pacers. Knicks fall tonight, 116 to 103. The final in a game that might not have even be. Well, I'm not going to say that it wasn't as close as the score would indicate because, quite honestly, Indy never really ran away with this game, so to speak. But that the effort was definitely bigger and stronger on the side of the Pacers on tonight. So the Pacers hold serve. They win Game 6 at home, which is what they needed to do in order to keep their season alive. The Indiana Pacers now have not lost a game on their home floor this entire postseason, but by contrast, they have not won in the Garden in the postseason. So we will have Game 7 Sunday at 3:30 p.m. Sunday at 3:30 p.m. on Sunday. So do us a favor as we get ready to break down this game. Please like, share, tag, comment. Let's get everybody in here as we break down game number 6. Game number 6 for the New York Knicks. One of the important things to come out of Game 6, Josh Hart left the game at the end of the middle ways through the fourth quarter with some sort of abdominal injury that looked like a muscle strain. It was giving him trouble since the first quarter. He took a shot from Nimhard on a shot that went up, and he was never the same after that. Josh Hart is a trooper. He tried to play through it. He was pushing it to try to play himself through it. But as the third and fourth quarter went on, it became apparent that he wasn't going to be able to really continue tonight and not play Josh Hart basketball. I knew he wasn't himself when and even JJ Redick said it during the broadcast. Josh Hart is known to be a one-man fast break where he'll get a rebound and take off. And at one point on the steal, he's getting down court. It's a 2-on-2 break, but he's got Nimhard in front of him, whom he can overpower usually, and he didn't even try. And it was at that point I'm like, yeah, he is not himself tonight. But I mean, shout out to Josh Hart. He's a trooper. He's gonna get out there and play hard. And I think Josh Hart's gonna play on Sunday. He would have to have torn something in his abdomen for them not to let him play on Sunday, or for him not to play on Sunday. I think Josh Hart plays on Sunday. I think we'll get to that in just a moment. Let me set some ground rules before I bring in Bishop J Mack, who's waiting ever so patiently in the green room. I'm sure he has a lot to say about tonight. Here are the ground rules for tonight. Y'all know the drill. Let's like, share, tag, and comment. Let's comment. Let's talk. Let's talk basketball. I'm not dealing with any trollers tonight. This was a good basketball game between two good teams. Do I still think the Knicks are better than the Pacers? I absolutely do. But when you're undermanned, things begin to happen. So, I'm not dealing with casual takes. I'm talking to real basketball fans tonight, people who actually know and watch the game of basketball. So, with that being said, we bring in Bishop J Mack. J Mack, what's going on?
Hey, what's happening, Bishop? How are you, sir?
I'm good, sir. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. And thank you for laying the ground. I had to block somebody tonight because, again, you're not going to troll me. You're not going to do that. You're not going to tell me the Knicks getting swept 4-0, but you don't want to acknowledge you said that. All you want to talk about is that they lost tonight in Game 7 in the Garden. You don't want to keep talking about those predictions you keep making. Okay, they won game 1, then you said, okay, they're going to lose, and they're going to lose 4-1. They won game 2, then you said, okay, then you changed the prediction. I'm not dealing with that no more. If you're not going to talk to me about real basketball, then no, I'm going to block you. I'm not going to talk to you. It ain't about being salty. No, if you just going to come with, you lost, y'all lost, ha, ha, ha. Nah, that ain't basketball. That's what
Right,
I'm saying.
because ultimately we're basketball fans. We're real basketball fans who enjoy the game. We enjoy good competition, win or lose. Yes, we love our team, but we're ball players who have transitioned into, I dare call us, super fans, and so we can actually break down the game. So we enjoy having conversations about that.
Right. And I don't have a
Can
problem.
those get heated? That's fine,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
just getting on and trolling. Yeah, we're not dealing with that tonight.
Right, and I don't have a problem. And I don't have a problem with with you not liking the Knicks. But what I'm not going to let you do is just continue to pile on about how they lost. Oh, I knew they wasn't going to come through and all that. No, that's not what happened tonight. That's not what happened. It's not about that. We talking about basketball, and that's the bottom line. And I don't mind Nick haters, but come to me with stats. Come to me. I don't want to hear they lost. We all know that. Come on here and deal with the facts. Why did they lose? What happened? Let's get into numbers. First thing that happened tonight, Indiana, they got big. That was the first thing.
Yes.
They got big tonight. And they used their size. Mainly Siakam. Didn't really see too much from Turner. Had his moments. He was efficient. But it was mainly Siakam getting in the teeth of the defense, and then he lived at the foul line jumper all night. He found the soft part of the defense, parked there, and just got hot from the.
He made his shots.
Making his shots. The other thing was they out-rebounded us tonight. They really crashed the boards tonight. It was a concerted effort to crash the boards tonight, and that's what they did. And Brunson got off to a slow start. By the time he woke up, the lead was 16 points, and his points were insignificant. That's basically the game. You know, that was it. I mean, because you had McBride and DiVincenzo pacing us. They had 15 apiece at the half.
I want to talk about that in just a minute. We're gonna let Bishop L get in and give his immediate post game analysis, and then I want to get into the nuts and bolts of that because the Tibbs had an uneven game tonight as a coach. There were a couple of good things, there were a couple of bad things tonight. I'm not gonna kill Tibbs tonight. You know, I'm not. We got outplayed. We didn't get out coached. We got outplayed tonight. But go ahead, Bishop L.
I think it's all scripted. Yo, I can't even lie to y'all. Like, first of all, a Game 7 commercial came on 2 minutes into the first quarter.
It did.
It absolutely did.
With a time.
I mean, well, the time was already set. They told us after Game 3 that if there was a Game 7, it would be the afternoon game.
But they were advertising it for 1 o'clock at one point.
Yeah.
Now it's 3:30.
Now it's 3:30. And from when I was coming up in basketball, they always put the disclaimer if necessary.
Well, it was on the screen, but when Breen was reading the copy, he didn't say it.
He didn't say it.
It was on the because I looked for that.
Screen.
It definitely said if necessary on the screen, and at that point, I think the lead was only like 6.
So Davey got to come on.
I really believe that it's scripted. At this point, because all it talk. 20 years to the anniversary of the last time Denver was in a Game 7. Like 20 years to the date of the anniversary. The last time the Game 7 ever played in the Garden was against this team, the Pacers. Yo, all of it to me sounded like WWE.
I was about to say, you think Triple H is running?
But the Knicks blew this game tonight, though. That's why I'm not going to say that. Because the Knicks blew this game. It wasn't like the refs was involved or you know what I'm saying?
I don't think the refs was involved. I think everybody's involved.
Oh, you think it's a conspiracy across the league?
No, I don't think it's a conspiracy. I think it's just straight up.
So Josh Hart's not really hurt, but because of the impact he has,
I think he's really hurt. I think Hart is really hurt.
That's what I'm saying, man.
But
by the
time he got hurt, we were down 10. Please.
No. He was hurt very early. He was hurt in the first quarter.
Here's what I think. I think Game 7s equal dollars.
They equal ratings, that's for sure.
Okay, and I honestly feel like this. I feel like we getting played. Like we supposed to close this out tonight.
They couldn't stop TJ McConnell either. That was the other X factor tonight.
They couldn't stop him. No way. They could stop him. They were standing there watching him.
But that's the point. They were letting him. He was getting off on the jumper. He
So
was
don't tell me that they
penetrating.
couldn't stop him. They can stop him. They've been stopping him the rest of the games.
No, TJ McConnell
they
has hurt us
haven't.
all series long. TJ
They
McConnell
He's been killing
all series long.
us.
They were watching him.
Yeah,
Literally.
they may have been watching him, Al, but he's been the kryptonite to the Knicks this whole series, man.
The entire
They
series.
have not solved TJ McConnell on offense. They have not solved him. He's been able to penetrate whenever he wants.
And get to the spots that he wants to get to.
Yeah.
And that's on Dante DiVincenzo.
That's on DiVincenzo, man.
That's on Dante DiVincenzo for all.
So y'all don't think Denver played the same way the Knicks played tonight?
No, Denver was worse.
Denver was worse.
Denver was awful last night.
You think that's that Denver team? That is not that Denver team.
Well,
I mean, that's the same Denver team that showed up in games 1 and 2.
And Murray has struggled this whole series. Last night was no different. Even in their wins, Murray hasn't been good.
And this is just it. With Denver, they're at a point, and like the Knicks, I mean, in Denver's case, they do have Jokic. Jokic is going to put up his numbers regardless. But if you notice this postseason, as goes Murray, that's what has been driving the Denver Nuggets this year. If Murray's off, it's a problem. Just like the point that I wanted to make, that as goes Jalen Brunson, so go the Knicks. But that was the problem tonight. So adjustment number 1. Obviously, they countered the whole. I didn't see them having Deuce set as many screens tonight. Well, they did early on. Deuce was on fire and leading this offense. My issue happened when we went away from Deuce and DiVincenzo and put the ball back in Brunson's hands.
I said it on text thread.
If I'm Tibbs, no, Jalen, you said it from the beginning in our chat, L. Like, it's not even that Brunson was playing passively. It was just that he was going with the flow, and everything was working.
And I also said in the chat, the Knicks were right there 2 points down, and they were doing it with Brunson on the bench at one point. So that showed you that the offense was being carried, and they didn't have to lean on Brunson. But somewhere in that second quarter, we started going back to Brunson, and he missed 11 straight shots.
11 straight shots. I mean, he shot 2. He shot 2 for 13 in the first half, and then shot 9 of 13 for the rest of the game.
But the game was out of reach then.
At that point, he went 2 for 13, and we're down 11 at halftime. Like, I mean,
and we still were in the game because of the 3 by DiVincenzo, and then the technical foul shot. We were still right, and then they made a run, cut it to 6. We were right there.
Yes, Jake, Bucky, the 2 for 11 start absolutely harmed us. Yes, Sam, they were very aggressive on rebounds.
They got big tonight. They got big.
And that was the other adjustment that Tibbs didn't make that I wanted to see him make. Josh Hart on Pascal Siakam is not.
No, you can't make that adjustment. They ain't got no big men. The Knicks ain't got no big men.
They could have brought a Chua in much sooner.
You could have got a Chua in, and not for nothing.
For what? So he could just watch Siakam do whatever he did. You know how many times Siakam hit that mid-range shot? Oh, he not even putting a hand in his face. He just no. And y'all play D. Put a hand in his face. Put a hand in his face. Don't let him see the rim.
Absolutely, but the other problem is when he's the only big in the game, and you've got Miles Turner hanging out on the block, and then you've got Siakam. That's what they went to. So from what I saw, J Mac is right. You know they put Miles Turner on the block. You notice Miles Turner took 2 threes the entire night. He said, we're going to pound them inside because we're bigger than them, and they did exactly that. Miles Turner went to the block. Siakam went to the high post, and that was old school. That's elementary school offense.
Turner got what? Two monster dunks, 2-3 monster dunks tonight. Obi had like 2 dunks. I mean, they pounded the paint. Pounded the paint tonight. I'm
calling it tonight.
What you calling?
If we win Game 7, we lose in 5 to Boston. If we lose, we either that or we lose Game 7. and we sign a crazy signing in the offseason. We come back healthy. We win like 60 games next year, and we go to the finals. I'm telling y'all right now, I honestly believe the NBA got this joint scripted. Yes, there is definitely, basketball skills involved, but I honestly believe that the NBA is dragging us along. You cannot tell me that you lose by 30, you come back, win by 30. Then you go and nah, son. There ain't no way. We all ball players. There ain't no way we coming in the game like that. I'm sorry. You cannot convince me that this is that. No, you can't. You can. There's no way. There's no way, yo. There's no. And y'all are my guys. Y'all play ball. Y'all know that's bogus. That's bogus. The way the Knicks was playing defense tonight, it was intentional. It was almost like watching an all-star game. Just run through the middle. It was literally like almost watching an all-star game. Run through the middle. When they was taking threes, they was backing up off of them at the three and letting them shoot the three. No way, y'all. There's no way. There's no way. No way that y'all can tell me, yo, watch the game again. Just watch the game again.
Listen, I'm not going to say that the NBA don't want a game 7. I absolutely believe they want a game 7. But again, I'm looking at the game tonight, and like you said, they was backing up. That's on the Knicks. That's on
the league.
Halliburton, they let Halliburton just set shots.
I watched the interview.
He can't score off the dribble.
I watched the interview the other day with Shaq. He can't. I watched the interview the other day with Shaq. And Shaq and they asked Shaq, they was like, yo, you think the NBA is ready? He was like, absolutely. We was playing when he said my first championship, we was playing in the first round. I forget who he was playing. That's what he said.
And Phil Jackson said,
book
the hotel for Indiana.
That's where we play in the finals, and we play in the finals against Indiana. In the first round, you able to call that?
And before they played one game, yeah, Shaq said it. I saw the interview.
Son, yo, and when I saw that today, I was like, come on, man. Come on. I don't want to get on here and blame the NBA. I can't do it. I just can't get on here and blame the NBA. You can't. You know why? Because you feel like I felt when they was telling me that WWF, not WWE at the time, when they was telling me WWF was scripted, I was like, no way, can't be, no way.
I'm not saying it's not scripted.
It's scripted.
But what I am saying is the Knicks has something to do with this loss tonight. They had something to do with this.
During those 11 consecutive missed shots, Noah.
That's Jalen.
8 of those 11 shots, I believe, were forced.
Yes.
8 of those 11 shots were forced.
He was forced. He was chucking.
And he didn't have to because DiVincenzo and Dukes were going.
McBride were hot. They were carrying the load.
This is what I'm getting ready to say.
Deuce had 20 tonight on 8 of 12.
It happened when it looked like the Knicks had a chance to run away with it. And as soon as it looked like the Knicks had a chance to put their foot on the gas, they put Brunson back in, and it slowed the game back down, and it gave the Indiana Pacers exactly what they needed to get over the hump.
I will say this. Brunson started
forcing shots, and Brunson with turnovers. He missed free throw. Yo, I'm telling you, it's rigged.
They beat up Brunson tonight, though, too.
It's rigged.
He got beat up.
It's rigged, and I'm going to watch golf from now
on. D'Lo, I just can't.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm not.
I just can't. I mean, I understand the emotion in this because, listen, I wanted them to win tonight. Of course I did. But I'm also, like you said, I'm watching Jalen Brunson, and I'm watching them force the action. And something else they did tonight that they didn't do the other night, they let Jalen bring the ball up too much tonight. The other night, they didn't let Jalen bring the ball up,
or Josh was bringing the ball up.
No. So he misses 11 straight shots. Then, at the end of the game, he starts hitting the same layups. His footwork is back. His three-pointer is back. All of a sudden, third and fourth quarter, all of a sudden, footwork is back.
Well, Stephen A. called it.
Floater is back.
He said he was going to do better in the second half.
No, you
Yeah.
know what that is? That's the warm-up for game 7. That's what that is. Because you know Brunson's going to score 50 in game 7 because they're going to be backing up off of him. And they're not going to be saying nothing to Brunson. They're going to be letting Brunson they're going to run. Brunson's going to run rush shot in game 7. And they're going to win. And they're going to get smashed out of here by Boston in 5 games. I'm telling you right now. I know it. I've seen this. This is what's going to happen. We're not too far from winning the championship, though. We're going to win the chip.
I'm satisfied with the season. I don't care what these Knick haters say. I'm satisfied with the season.
This season is like I said, once we got here, once we won game 5, I said the season is a success. At this point, everything is house money.
Yes.
Because given what the Knicks went through with injuries and issues and freak accidents and stuff happening this season, we're not supposed to be here.
And
we are essentially here with our bench.
And we're possibly down another body if Hart can't go. So, I mean, what are we talking about? We're playing with a, you know.
I'm disappointed because I know what the season could have been if we were healthy. But I'm not like there are other years, the Patrick Ewing finger roll year, the 99 finals where Patrick is hurt and we just didn't have enough in the end. You know, there are years where I'm mad at the end of the season. The Charles Smith year, because we were going to beat Chicago that year. The Charles Smith year, I'm mad about
the Miami Heat fight year. Remember, don't forget that one.
97.
No, we were going to beat Chicago that year.
Right. That was another year that we were going to beat Chicago.
That's why I think the NBA was rigged that year, too, because they knew New York was going to beat that 72-win team. Not the 72-win team. Not the 72-win team, but the 69 win, yeah.
But the fact that they suspended Patrick Ewing in 97
and they split
using that rule.
Yes. They split those suspensions up. They did that strategically.
The worst thing about it is when you watch the video, Patrick doesn't actually leave the bench. Patrick he steps onto the court so he can look and see, but he never goes toward the fray. How do you call that leaving the bench?
Yeah.
How do you call that leaving the bench?
But listen, getting back to what we was talking about, I just can't sit here. I know we emotional. I know we hurt. I know we disappointed, but I just can't blame the NBA on this. I just can't. This was the Knicks game for the taking right here. This was their game.
I don't think it's just on the Knicks.
Jalen didn't show up.
I think it is
in the first half.
Right.
It is.
He didn't show up when he was supposed to.
It is a concerted effort. It's a concerted effort, y'all. It's a concerted effort. And, I know y'all not going to agree with me on this, but it is what it is. It's a concerted effort. They go into these games saying, yo, this is how we got to play this. This is how it's got to go.
Shelly said she started playing Madden.
This is how it's got to go. We need to get this game. We need to get this over to game 7 in New York. Game 7 in the Garden is millions upon millions of dollars. Y'all know it. Come on. Y'all know.
I agree with that. All season long, there was no watch parties at the Garden. And I didn't even know about it because I would have gone.
They sold out in like a half hour.
Sold out.
They announced it this morning, and it was sold out in about a half.
Sold out. You know what that did? They sold out in tickets, and then I'm sure they went ballistic at the vendors.
So then that means the NHL is as well, because when the Rangers won Game 6 last night, there was a watch party at the Garden for them.
It's all money. I ain't mad. Make your money, but don't tell me. Don't look at the storyline between the Pacers and the Knicks. Exactly.
But they keep showing Reggie. That's what I don't like.
That storyline is 25 years old.
They don't show the Knicks part of the story. Every time they talk about this story, they keep showing the Indiana Pacers side. The Knicks won.
Oh well, Jason.
The Knicks won some of these series.
Game 7 is completely sold out. So if somebody wanted tickets, they would be on the aftermarket. I'm sorry, because I checked it this morning. As of this morning, the cheapest ticket for Game 7, even before we knew there was going to be one, the cheapest ticket on the aftermarket right now was as of this morning, was $604.
Right.
How many?
Exactly.
Come on, man. Yo,
Again,
right now.
I'm
ain't
not
watching the game Sunday.
disputing.
Sunday's Pentecost. I'm gonna be in church. I'm not watching the game.
I mean, you can't. You preaching all day, so you can't.
You doggone right.
You preaching all day.
My Sunday belong to the Lord. They ain't getting, and I know what they doing because it's tricky. They trying to pull us folks out of church too.
You'll be watching the score. You'll be watching the score.
I promise you, I will not. My hand to God, I will not.
So you gonna block us in the chat because we're gonna be putting up with what's going on in the chat.
I won't even have.
He gonna give Artel his phone. He gonna give Artel.
I won't even have my phone. I'm not. I will
give Artel his phone.
I'll be honest. I'm gonna be out. Yeah, well, oversee a year. That's the Garden. That's why everybody went down to Philly for the first round.
Right.
Chickens are $500 cheaper down there.
well, Jason, you got nothing to worry about. Your service is at 10 o'clock in the morning, so you good. As you get those afternoon services, he got to preach for
Well, he's preaching for overseas. Butler's preaching for Hendrickson.
Yeah, but that's at 10 a.m., so he good. He good. We got to worry about him at 3
o'clock.
Low
price. That's at the low price. That's at the low price. That's at the $604 a ticket at $32,000 in the arena. That's at the low price.
It's $17,812.
Yeah, that's what fits in the Garden when it's set up for basketball.
What is it? Times what?
17,812.
18,812?
17,812. 17,812 in the Garden for basketball.
11 million. At the 604 price. At the 604 price.
But I get
that money is already made. It's the Knicks. So the NBA doesn't have anything to do with that because there's no the revenue sharing that happens is on the TV deals. That money is going to the New York Knicks.
It's going to the house. Right.
The house is making the money.
It's the house. But that's why I just can't sit here because I'm watching the game. The Knicks blew this game.
Yeah, I hate this 36-hour turnaround, Sam. I really wish this game was at 7 o'clock.
Because that doesn't favor New York.
It doesn't favor anybody, but it at least favors us. We will have to rely on the Garden crowd on Sunday. Have to.
And we don't know Josh Hart's status. I'm hoping it's not a torn abdominal.
That's what I'm concerned about.
I'm hoping it's a sprained abdominal and not a torn abdominal. Because if it's a torn abdominal, he's not playing on Sunday.
You're right, Keisha. They're definitely gonna do that. Oh, which by the way, I got to shout this out because I didn't get a chance to mention it to you yesterday. Indiana's home with the Liberty, which started yesterday and continues tomorrow at 1. What they did to Caitlin Clark yesterday was criminal.
9 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists.
Sabrina Ionescu said, "Go what? You forget this? This is my league. This is the girl that almost beat Steph Curry in the 3-point shooting contest. Sabrina Ionescu was like, you think you're coming in my league?"
Listen, Diana Taurasi called this.
She did.
She said this, and she got badgered. And I know we talking about NBA, but just a quick detour. Yeah, Diana Taurasi said this. Mm-hmm. She said it and got killed, but she didn't care. She said, "I'm going to say it anyway." There are women who got families, who got food they got to put on the table, and basically what she was saying was they got pride too. They are not going to let this girl come in here and do what she did in college. And now it's so bad that they talking about trying to fire the Indiana coach because of what she said in her press conference.
Oh, I didn't hear what she said. What did she say in her press conference?
She said that she needs to learn. She can't do what she. Basically, I'm something you can Google it. I'm summarizing. She can't get the shot she got in college and think she's gonna get those here in the WNBA.
Oh, she's not getting it right because these are the best women players in the world. So what are you gonna do? Like on the men's side, internationally, you see the game has changed to where international players are really dominant. So you've got some great world teams. But when it comes to women's basketball, the best players in the world on the women's side are all in America, all of them, and they're all
Absolutely.
playing in the WNBA. So
Absolutely.
you're playing against the
Absolutely.
200 best women in the world right now. You're not getting
Yep.
that. And
Tarazi called it, and they killed her.
Liberty
Said she
beat
was
the
a
Fever
hater
yesterday, 101-66.
to 66.
I was just like,
And
oh.
she had 9 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists.
And they'll play again tomorrow at 1 o'clock on ABC. I'm going to check that game. Yeah, Noah, the Knicks blew this game tonight.
They blew it. They blew it, man.
Too many open. I do agree, L. Too many open shots. My biggest problem with DiVincenzo as a defender, he gets in passing lanes. I appreciate that. He's a riverboat gambler. He reaches way too much and overplays people to a certain side. And so with a guy like TJ McConnell, who he's tasked with guarding because Deuce is on
He's
Tyrese,
shifty.
he's too shifty, and that's why he keeps getting to his spot because DiVincenzo, instead of just if you watch the Deuce is putting on a clinic because Tyrese didn't have a great game tonight. He was 6 of 12. He had 15 points, but he shot 3 of 8 from 3, which I'll live with Halliburton doing that. I'll live with that. Deuce plays Halliburton straight up. If you're going to beat me, you're going to have to shoot over me, but I'm going to get my hand in your face and you're not going around me. If you go around me, I'm running you into another defender that's going to help me on the weak side. DiVincenzo doesn't do that. He gambles with no help. You only gamble if you know you got help on the side that you're gambling from. That's the only you guys know this. Y'all play the game. When you're running a trap, you only gamble to the side where you know the help is not coming from. If the help is coming from, if the help is coming from the left, you're gambling right.
Jalen forced so many shots tonight, too, guys. Let's just call it like it is. When he was being doubled, he should have been kicking it. He still kept trying to bang and still kept trying to get the shot up. And I'm like, come on. He was doing that in the beginning. He was trusting his teammates in the beginning. But
what about when Josh Hart sets the pick and Jalen comes around the pick and Josh Hart is wide open for a whole 4 seconds.
Won't return the pass.
You're right. Make that pass. Josh Hart's been making the shots this
He's been making that shot, and he didn't trust him, man. And that's what I'm saying. I gotta blame the Knicks on this and Brunson. He's gonna make the adjustment. I got trust in Brunson, and I got trust in Tibbs. I gotta say that now. I'm gonna get mad. There's gonna be times I'm gonna get mad with Tibbs, and I said I was gonna say this tonight. There's going to be times I was going to be mad with him, but I'm not going to call for him to be fired. I'm going to live and die with him. But there's going to be times, yes, he's going to piss me off. There's going to be times I'm going to be like questioning, why didn't you make the move when you here? There are going to be times I'm going to do that. But tonight was on Brunson. It wasn't even on Tibbs tonight. It was really on Brunson.
Right. And that's why I said I can't kill Tibbs because because sometimes you make adjustments and they don't work. Right. And that's fine. But I did see at least Tibbs made the adjustment early on in this game. And I kept saying that I'm good because early on they were running them off the 3-point line, which was great because we've been calling for the Knicks to run teams off the 3-point line all year long. They were finally doing it, but with no size down low. This is where you miss Mitch Robinson because when they start diving toward the cup, you've got no elite rim protector. This is where you miss Mitch. This is where you miss OG Anunoby. This is honestly where you miss Julius Randle because those are guys who at least can give you some rim protection if you're going to run guys off the 3-point line. Tonight we ran them off the 3-point line, but they were getting to the cup whenever they felt like it.
We don't even have our starting front line, and we got people trolling the Knicks, talking about same old Knicks. Oh, I know the Knicks is going to disappoint us. What the heck do you want them to do? I mean, if you're a basketball guy or girl, what do you want this team to do other than what they're giving you? They're giving you everything they got. What do you want? They're not in full strength and you trolling.
Keisha, don't make the. I know we know you don't particularly care for Angel Reese, but she has had a solid start to her NBA career.
She has.
I will say this: I'm not gonna jump out the window with Jamel who says Angel Reese might be rookie of the year. But I will say through 2 games, she does not look overmatched. Caitlin Clark has looked overmatched. But
Cardoza too has looked pretty good
yeah,
too.
Cardoza doesn't look overmatched. They look W ready. They look W ready. Caitlin Clark doesn't look W ready.
Right.
She doesn't look W ready. And I'm not saying she's not. It could be the hype, but also
and it could be
all
the
of that
coaching.
talking.
It could be philosophy. The coach has to reel her in and put her in a position to be successful.
Absolutely.
You have to put her in a position to be successful.
And absolutely, Jamel, we're gonna be fine. We're banged up. The Knicks are banged up. Again, it's house money. I want to win because that's the competitor in me.
Right.
I want my
and
team
I'm a
to
Knicks
win.
fan at heart.
But if they don't, I'm not. This season is given the fact that 3/5 of my starting front 5 and the entire front court is down. My 6th man, especially in Bogey, is down, and now Josh Hart is potentially down. What man?
What are we complaining about? What are we complaining about here?
Right. There's nothing to complain about this season.
If you know basketball, I'm not talking about. I'm just trying
not
to
these
needle
casuals,
everybody.
right? Not these casuals, right?
Yeah, and I'm not talking about needling Knicks fans because the Knicks lost tonight. No, they're down their whole starting front line. They don't have their starting front line.
And
Hart
by
is
itself
a
is
bench
huge.
player who's starting. Hart comes off the bench. He doesn't even start for this team.
The one thing I will give the pundits as far as what they said, the way they said it was very troll-like because they were just being haters. But I agree with this statement. We knew this was not sustainable.
We knew it.
We knew
that.
But dang it, if I'm not enjoying the run.
Right. And I'm not going to stop rooting for my team and trying to hope that they win. But the reality is if they lose, they're supposed to. They're supposed to lose. They're not even supposed to be in this round.
June 5th, 1994, Eastern Conference Finals. Knicks defeat Pacers 94-90, advance to the NBA Finals in the Game 7. That's what this is their marketing.
Well, the Knicks and Pacers have made it easy because they're putting on a good series.
No. And every team has one at home. And if you want to look at it from a positive point of view, the Pacers did what they were supposed to. Let's use the NBA speak. The Pacers did what they were supposed to do. They won at home.
They won at home. Absolutely. Wait, Doug, what pass? Which pass are you referring to? Why would he know if it? Oh, I see what you're saying. If Brunson knows that Hart is hurting, let me give you Josh Hart's stat line, even with injury tonight. It wasn't a great game, but he had 5 points. He had 3 assists and still had 8 rebounds, and he played 31 minutes. Josh Hart is a gamer. The rule is this: if you out there, you gonna play. Why would he make the pass? Because he's wide open. A wide open Josh Hart, I've got to trust whether he's in pain or not. Because if he makes a couple of those, that's gonna make the game easier for me. Because now the defense is not gonna play off me. Josh Hart beat Philadelphia in the first round because Nick Nurse made the decision that he was going to allow Josh Hart to beat him. And Josh Hart said, cool, I'm going to beat you. And he did.
Tell Davey, come on now. He can't be not coming on when we lose now.
Well, you know that's typical Dave.
Come on, Davey.
Typical Dave.
Okay, so you answered my question. You are going up. You're going up to Gertman tomorrow. Okay.
I'm running it.
Yeah, he's running the thing.
I'm AG. You going?
I can't. I'm watching the kids. My wife is in Suriname doing mission work.
I'll be up there.
I wanted to go. I told him I was coming, but I don't have anybody to babysit.
Nobody to babysit. I know how that go.
Yeah. You know how it go. You be like, yeah, I'm coming. Then like, I can't find anybody. So I'm stuck.
Doug, you saying that's on the coach to say make that pass? To a certain extent.
Not when it comes to Brunson. He trusts Brunson enough to run the show.
Brunson is the extension of him on the court. So Brunson is charged of running the offense. I think, and I will say this: there have been moments during the season where I felt like Jalen has put too much pressure on himself.
Tonight was one of them.
And it has a lot to do with the fact that Julius is out, and it has a lot to do with OG is out, that Mitch is out. Not so much Mitch, but with Julius or OG, that's the scoring. That's the second option. You know,
that's the second and third option.
The Knicks are a game away from the Eastern Conference Finals with their 1B out and their third scoring option. With both of them out. And let me just say this, because I've seen a lot of people over the last couple of days, and I'm sure you've seen it as well, J Mac, and you, L, as well. For all of you that are saying that the Knicks are better without Julius Randle, y'all crazy.
Absolutely not.
Y'all are absolutely crazy.
Absolutely not.
Because if you were watching the Knicks,
talking about trading Julius at the end, get rid of Julius.
They're crazy.
You're nuts.
They're out of their mind. If Julius,
you don't know this team.
If Julius is playing in this playoffs, we don't even see a game 6.
We're sitting at home waiting for Tuesday night right now.
Absolutely.
We're sitting at home waiting for Tuesday night. Like, okay, conference finals tipping off. Everybody's resting. We good.
Absolutely.
Because this series is over.
Absolutely.
Philly gets beaten 5. Indiana gets beaten 5.
No, Indiana gets beaten 4. We don't lose that 9-point lead in the fourth quarter at game 3.
Absolutely. Right, Doug. That is absolutely nuts to say that the Knicks are better without Julius Randle. Were you watching this team in January after that Anunoby trade?
So-called new media talking about if you keep Randle, he's going to get his 25, 10, and 5, but then you're going to take away from Josh Hart's double-double and Jalen Brunson's double. I'm like, what are you talking about?
I don't need Josh Hart to get a double-double if Randle's getting me 25, 10, and 5. I need him to come into the game for 20 minutes a game and give me all of that energy and leave it out on the court instead of him having to do it for 48 minutes every night.
And be the leader of the second unit. That's all we need him to do. Be the leader of the second unit. You know,
if I've got 4 guys, because Tips is going to play 9. If this is my 4 coming off the bench, I'm good. If I got Deuce, Josh Hart, Bogey, and Mitch coming off the bench, and they playing with OG at one point or Randall at another point, these are my guys. Man, my second unit is a bunch of potential starters in this league, which second unit has shown they can start.
I want Quickly back. Sign him.
I don't think we need Quickly, man. I think Deuce has proven himself. Deuce
was loose tonight. That was on Jalen. Because at that point, as the point guard, you got to start looking for Deuce. Draw the defense, but then look for Deuce.
Deuce earned this spot, man. We don't need Quickly, man. Deuce has proven himself.
Jalen Brunson had a Linsanity moment.
What, he thought he was mellow?
Yep.
Like, what are we doing here? Wait, what are we doing here? No, we're winning the game. Get Deuce the ball. Get Devo the ball.
They were cooking. They were carrying us, man. They were carrying us. And we went away from it, started pounding Jalen. Jalen wasn't passing. What was Jalen's assist tonight?
He had 5 assists tonight.
5 assists. Come on. That's pedestrian for him.
Hartenstein had more assists than Jalen. Hartenstein
had more assists, yes. So just think about that. He wasn't looking to only 5 assists for Jalen Brunson. Come on, he's averaging 7 or more. So, I mean, you know, I'll be honest, I'm not looking forward to Sunday. I'm not. I don't have a good feeling. I don't have a good feeling. Yeah, I don't have a good feeling about Sunday.
And I just feel like, you know, because again, kudos to Rick Carlisle, who made the adjustment. The Knicks went small in game 5 and beat the Pacers at their own game. So Carlisle said, okay, you're going to do that. I'm going to pound you inside.
We're going to go old school. We're going to put one big man at the free throw line, the other big man on the block. Pick your poison, because here we come.
Do I look crazy now when I spoke on the Pacers? I mean, we never said that the Pacers were a bad team. We just felt like the Knicks were the better team with the more consistent superstar
Willie,
player.
come on. If you're gonna say that, if we're gonna give you credit, then you got to acknowledge that the Knicks are playing with 6 players.
7.
You got 7 players. You got to acknowledge that, and you can't ignore that. That is something. If you playing ball, you cannot ignore it. You can't. You can't ignore it. I can see if we were full strength and you talking about this Pacer team doing this. The Knicks don't have a front line right now, and we possibly don't have Josh Hart. But no, all the Knicks haters, I haven't heard one Knicks hater say, well, you know what? It is true. They are playing with a short-handed team. I haven't heard any Knicks team, any player say, I haven't heard you say it. I haven't heard you say it. Not on here. Maybe on your post or on your page. I haven't seen you say it on here. I haven't seen you say it on here, Willie. I haven't seen you say that on here.
Okay, well, I'll take this as you're acknowledging that now.
I'll take it now, but all these trolls, nobody's acknowledging that we're short.
No. Let me, and I love
Dre?
my brother.
Really, Dre Rumble?
No.
Really?
Let me have this one. Let me have this one. Dre, there are no excuses. Look at my roster and look at the rosters of pretty much every other team. It's the playoffs. Everybody's banged up. These are not excuses. These are facts. If players don't play, you make excuses by blaming officials. Those are excuses.
His team going great in the playoffs this year.
He don't have a team. He has a player.
Don't forget that.
Oh, he's doing
that's the safe way out. So just in case the team ain't doing good, you can say, well, I don't root for the team. I just root for the player. Oh, how many times have we heard that? But anyway, continue, D-Lo.
But we at this point in the season, facts are facts. If the player isn't here, then if players aren't here, if your number 2 and number 3 options aren't there, if your 6th man off the bench isn't there, if you're compromised and you're essentially playing your regular bench rotation starters minutes because you don't have a choice, there are no excuses. But here's the thing. Even with that, this team won 50 games. Even with that, this team is still a win away because Sunday hasn't happened yet. So I don't want to there's no postmortem. There's still another game on Sunday. And I think people keep forgetting that. There's still another game on Sunday.
The Knicks didn't get eliminated tonight.
Right.
It feels like an elimination because we wanted them to win tonight. But the reality is the Knicks did not get eliminated.
As I said, at this point, I feel like, hey, it's house money. We're not supposed to be here.
The Knicks are you get the 2nd seed to get Game 7.
Josh Hart has absolutely showed grit. Your player has 4 rings, but your player also went on a podcast about a month and a half ago and blamed one of the years of him not getting a ring on the fact that they didn't have enough when they had 3 of the top 10 players in the league at the same time on that team.
Wait. Did he really say my player has 4 rings?
Yeah, he said it.
Eddie House killed him.
Oh, he did. Eddie House did kill him.
Eddie House bodied your 4-ring guy.
Like not for nothing. And this is not to disparage because LeBron James is an all-world talent, but that was an excuse because we were not anybody's favorite. Again, with our team intact at the beginning of the season, we were supposed to be a play-in team,
and not get out the play-in.
The Knicks
we weren't supposed to even make it out the play-in.
Vegas picked the Knicks to win 44 games this year. They won 50. So there are no excuses here. We have essentially overachieved. And then even with all of the injuries,
here we go, L. Here we go. Put it back up. Here we go. They always gotta go. Wait, did L switch to the Nets? Here we go. I guess I switched too because I got a black and white Adidas suit on tonight.
You know what? I blame our producer. He keeps.
Oh no, I'm gonna put the comments up, but the ground rules are we're not responding. So moving on. Now I see you beating them on Sunday. I do honestly, I do too, because again, if everything holds true to form, the home team's going to win. But again, Game 7 is a crapshoot. Again, the lights are bright. It's Manhattan. It's New York City. The stars will be aligned. The legends will be there. I spoke on coaching being a factor, and this has been a series of adjustments. Absolutely. Both have done well in doing so. So I clearly said, oh, yeah, Rick Carlisle is a fantastic NBA championship winning coach. I absolutely agree with that, Willie. I agree with this take. The coach's adjustments, but also with those adjustments, tonight wasn't so much about the adjustments, even though Carlisle did make good adjustments. The Knicks execution was poor tonight.
We said this all the time. If the Knicks make shots, the Pacers can't win. When the Knicks miss shots, they get blown out. They miss shots. They missed shots in Game 4. They got blown out. They missed shots tonight in Game 6. They got blown out.
Knicks shot 43% tonight. Pacers shot 53% tonight. Knicks shot 38% from three. Nick shot 38% from three. But here was the issue. Jalen Brunson took 8 threes. He and DiVincenzo took the most. Both of them were 3 for 8. Deuce was 4 of 6 from 3 and only took 12 shots for the game. That was your guy who had it going early. You feed that monster until he loses it. That's how you have to play in a game like this, because playoffs are games of runs. Playoff games are games of runs.
We losing in 5 to Boston.
Listen, again, we said we playing with house money.
Again, if we lose in
If
5
we
to
get
Boston,
there, I'm okay with that.
It's a success. The season is a
I'll
success.
be glad we did get one game against Boston with the team we got.
I expect the Knicks to win on Sunday as well, Noah. Because
I'm too much of a Yankee fan for the season to be a success without a championship. I'm sorry.
Well, we're not talking about the Yankees here.
We're talking about the Knicks, brother. The Knicks ain't won in over 53 years.
And based upon what the Knicks have gone through this year and are still going through, because it's not like we had injuries and got everybody back.
Man. Maybe you are getting some of that Brooklyn Nets blood in you right now. Because I mean, come on, man. What happened? What's going on here?
Well, Dre, I'm not saying we don't ever listen to Vegas.
I know you're disappointed. I'm disappointed
just saying
too.
that all of the so-called, all I was saying, Dre, is all of the so-called experts, nobody gave the Knicks a chance in October.
Even the Knicks fans, we didn't see a second seed. And we definitely didn't see us getting this far without the team we don't have.
I thought we could be 3 or 4.
But 2?
I didn't think we'd be the 2.
Come on.
And even getting into the playoffs, everybody was talking about, the Knicks should have tanked out of the second seed.
Coming for you, Butler.
Don't respond. No troll. We're not responding to trolls. Dre's
He's talking about your Brooklyn shirt that you got on. That's why.
That don't count. He's from Brooklyn.
Exactly.
We can't wear stuff that say Brooklyn on. We from Brooklyn.
Exactly.
That's a Coney Island sweater, Dre. Go sit down.
Right. We from Brooklyn.
That's a Coney Island sweater.
Exactly.
He said no. He also went on record, Dre, denouncing it. Just to be clear.
Were upset. Listen, we were frustrated with the team. So because we go over for 1 week,
Willie, if you watching this,
ignore all the years we went through with that Knicks team. Get out of here, please. We got a right to have a moment. Get out of here.
Oh,
right.
Okay.
Because
Willie and Dre are fighting in the comments now. This is fun.
Contrary to how some people do, we ride with a team. We don't ride with a player.
Right.
Okay? We don't ride with a player. We ride with a team. We don't jump the team when the player jumps the team.
Right.
Okay. So if I got a player, then technically you've actually in the last 20 years you've been a fan of 3 teams.
Right. He's been a fan of Cleveland. He's been a fan of Miami.
He's been a fan of Miami.
Cleveland
again. And then you're a fan of
LA.
The LA. And you're trying to, and right now you're sitting on your hands trying to figure out where Bronny going because you're trying to figure out if you're going to be a fan of that team too.
Bronny going to LA with his dad.
17th pick.
Bronny's going
with
to
the
LA
17th pick. The Los Angeles Lakers select.
Interestingly enough, those who have seen him at the combine don't think he's NBA ready.
They think he's G League. They already said he needs to go to the G League.
I think Bronny needs to stay in school. And And that's why, as an NBA father, Melo is better than LeBron.
and to Butler's point, when Melo got traded, we didn't follow him. We stayed with the Knicks. When he went to OKC,
and I love Melo.
when he
Melo was
went to
my dude.
OKC, because that's the first place he went, we stayed with the Knicks.
Stay with my boys.
As much as we loved Melo.
Listen, I like Melo in Syracuse. I've always rooted for Melo, the player from Syracuse to Denver. Was excited when he came to New York, but when he got traded away, I still rooted for Melo, except for when he was playing against the Knicks.
Willie Green,
Knicks
you're
fans
right.
first.
They are making a mistake. They're going to draft him, and they are making a mistake.
If they draft Bronny, that's a huge mistake.
I'm telling you, Braun got the cards. First of all, he hasn't signed his player option. He hasn't signed his player option. He's already told Jeannie Buss, you want me to sign this? I need y'all to commit to picking him at the 17th pick.
Isn't that crazy?
Yep. He's holding the Lakers hostage. And the thing is, it ain't like they paying him chump change. The option is $52 million. He's holding them hostage, and he could get $52 million. Can you believe that? That's a boss. That's a boss.
He a team owner already.
Right. He got more clout than Magic had when he was playing there.
By the way, guys, if you want your seals done the classic way, I found a place to do it.
To get them done that way.
Beautiful.
Very nice. Very, very
I need you to do me a coat of arms, Butler.
Got you. I found a place to do it the old classic way, not the stitched embroidered way. This is the way by hand in Pakistan.
Oh wow.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. That looks so nice.
Wasn't LeBron at the Cleveland game? He was at the Cleveland game the other night, but he got eliminated.
He was trolling LA. That's why he went. Trolling LA.
Yeah. I mean, much in the same way when he came to the Garden and they played the Knicks, and he's wearing a Knick towel after the game. Like, yo, LeBron plays too many games, bro. Like,
playing games, man.
He said this about Melo. You can't teach old dog new tricks, and Melo's style play didn't translate to this new NBA. I knew he was done, but he said the league blackballed him. Nonsense. I wouldn't say that because Melo could still get a bucket. Melo wasn't the player that he was.
Put that back up.
No, I don't think this is a troll. I think this is a legit take. No, this is a legit take. It's a legit take. I disagree with it, but it's a legit take.
Yeah, it's legit.
I definitely disagree with it though.
Willie been on his best behavior tonight.
I disagree with it because the truth of the matter is the league did blackball Melo
for a couple years before they brought him back.
Absolutely. Correct. And I'm gonna tell you why they blackballed him. Because he was the spokesperson at those ESPY awards with the other four, speaking against racial equality, speaking against racial inequality, and so forth and so on.
Agreed.
And he got killed for it. When Melo was the one that was the Jim Brown voice from back in the days. Remember that?
Yes.
Melo was the one, and they chewed Melo up behind that. The league. Because there's no way in the world you could tell me that there were people better than him on rosters that he couldn't get on.
Well, these leagues do this all the time. I mean, we've seen it done with Colin Kaepernick, and I mean, you just go down the line. They do this all the time. These leagues, they do it all the time.
If you
all
watch
of them,
Melo,
not just the NBA.
If you watch Melo talk about it on the first episode of 7 p.m. in Brooklyn, because Miro asked him about that whole situation, and Melo agreed, and he still feels like he was blackballed, but he understands that they did it to send a message to him, basically, that because he to his credit, Melo takes that on himself. He says, you know what, I made some mistakes as well, the way I was talking, because I was still talking like I was the dominant player that I was in the beginning. And I had to realize I wasn't that guy. He says, so that experience was humbling for him to let him know. And that's why he ended up in Portland, because, he had done that interview where he basically said he wanted back in and he would accept being a role player at that point in his career. So I respect that. I mean, no ball, ISO ball was over. ISO ball is still in the league. Listen,
They just
if
do
you,
it at
Willie,
certain times.
right,
They
Willie,
do.
you watch the playoffs. Melo's game, it's not that his game didn't translate. You just wasn't getting ISO ball for 48 minutes. But as a
Right.
role player and in an offense that needs a bucket late in the game, I would love to have a Carmelo Anthony coming off my bench. Because
Listen, the
that's a
Nick
guy who
offense,
can go
the
into the
Nick
post, ISO, and get a bucket.
The Knick offense in the 90s was ISO ball. All we did was dump it into Patrick Ewing. That's all we did. And stand around and watch him shoot. Occasionally he'd kick it out to John Starks. Starks would drive or Starks would shoot the three. But there was nobody else on that Knick team. I mean, even now, we put Jalen Brunson in the ISO to get a bucket when we really need it. I mean, Luka is ISO balling. The Joker, he ISOs. I mean,
Kyrie Irving,
everybody.
he ISOs.
Kyrie Irving is an ISO. I mean, let's not talk about my boy from the Timberwolves. Listen, he
Oh,
gonna ISO you.
Ant-Man? Ant-Man is the ISO king right now.
ISO you. Yes, Ant-Man's gonna ISO you. There, but it's just that when Melo was in his prime, that was the offense. ISO Melo, ISO 7. That was the offense. That was the problem, is that he wanted it to be ISO 7 every time down the floor. I'm a little less optimistic than you, D-Lo, on Sunday. I'm going to admit to you, this is the first time I got doubts. And I'm only saying this because of Josh Hart's situation.
His status, right?
Yeah, if Josh Hart was healthy, I'd be on board with you. But being that Josh Hart, I don't know.
He may be compromised.
He may be compromised.
When
I didn't see the explosion going to the basket not one time tonight. And that's not Josh Hart. He's a one-man fast break. We didn't see him do it not one time tonight. He didn't do it not once tonight.
Yeah, that's huge.
That's huge.
That's huge.
So that's
huge.
why I'm saying I'm not gonna take the Knicks Sunday. Now it pains me to say it. I'm picking Indy on Sunday because of that. Because Josh Hart is compromised.
So I'm gonna pick the Knicks until I know that Josh Hart can't go.
Okay. Well, right. We don't know. You're right. We don't know. I'll change that. If Josh Hart can go, I'm picking the Knicks. If Josh Hart is compromised, he's got a torn abdominal or a sprained abdominal, I gotta go Indy. Because he's the engine of the Knicks.
Yeah, agreed. He is the heart, literally, no pun intended. Kendrick Perkins said on X tonight, the Pacers just flat out punked the Knicks tonight. But I expect Big Body Brunson to be way better in Game 7.
The problem ain't Big Body Brunson. Who's coming with him?
And that's what it boils down to. Using the Kenny Smith take from earlier this season, we have the best player on the floor in the series.
But that ain't the issue. He's always been the best player in the series.
Right. What is everybody else going to do?
That's others, what it boils as Jack down. Calls them. What are the others going to do? Who's coming with Jalen on Sunday? Is Devo going to give us that D-Lo that we need, or is D-Lo going to not show up? He's going to give us 3 for 13.
D-Lo was starting to show up tonight.
No, but again, that's tonight. I need him to show up in a shortened 48-hour period.
Yeah,
that's what we need.
You got to get him the ball. Jalen can't be forcing shots up.
Willie want to go at Rumble so
Jalen can't be hero balling, yo.
Let me read what he said.
He said, let's get back to LeBron changing teams Rumble. He better be ready. He said, I'm the Church Guy Sports Show troller. No new friends.
Well, see, the NBA lets you trade in your jersey, so that's the good part. When the player leaves, they'll change.
Yeah, you can go to NBA store, trade in your jersey, and get.
You can trade in your jersey, so that's the good part.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, the NBA did that. They started doing that like 5 years ago.
Listen, it was a brilliant move by the NBA.
Yeah,
because that was one of the smartest things that they could have done.
Because listen, the way these players change teams, people gonna stop buying jerseys. So they had to do that. They had to put that incentive in there. So, you're right. I gotta wait and see. D-Lo, you right. Let's wait and see.
Yeah.
I don't want to jump off the cliff
Yeah,
yet. You right.
I'm going through my feed trying to see if there's any update on Hart's condition. Alan Hahn from MSG said Knicks' lack of size being exposed allowed 40 points in the paint in a half. Unheard of. True. When the Knicks front line is there, they don't give up points in the paint. They don't. You can't score in the paint against the Knicks.
They got to make that adjustment with
Siakam. Cash
Siakam.
for a former team jersey later on. Yeah. You can, no, it's smart for the NBA because it keeps people buying jerseys. Because remember, for a while, once they started this new era of players, when LeBron started this new era of players changing teams all the daggone time, it hurt the NBA as far as jersey sales.
Waking up in the morning like, oh, I think I want to play for this guy. Oh, I think I want to play. I think I want to go.
Questionable for Sunday. That's what Willie Green said.
Well, Jalen Brunson just said, I assume he's playing on Sunday. It's Game 7.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
listen,
at how much is he going to be able to give us, bro? That's the thing, man.
You've also got to remember the NBA's questionable status. Because you've seen guys right. When somebody's listed as questionable, it doesn't really mean anything because you saw during all through these players, people listed as questionable coming out and putting up 40-point games. So just because you're listed as questionable doesn't mean you're compromised. I need to hear the Knick doctor say, okay, yeah, this injury is this.
I don't trust the Knick doctors.
I don't have an issue with the Knick doctors. Again, the injuries that happened to us this year were not injuries that happened because of poor medical planning. These were freak accidents and dirty plays. Again, I keep reiterating, Jamie Jaquez undercuts Julius Randle as he's going up for a layup, dislocates his shoulder. Mitchell Robinson comes back. Joel Embiid grabs his other foot, which makes him come down awkwardly on a surgically repaired ankle, which requires another surgery. Because remember, Mitch was back and moving fine until Joel Embiid did that. Joel Embiid grabs his right leg and causes him to land awkwardly on that left ankle. Nicholas Batum dives on Bogey's ankle. These were and tonight Nembhard actually hit Josh in the abdomen. These are freak injuries.
Can't blame these on Tibbs. Let's cut it out.
I can't. The bum rumble. Yo, Willie. Yo.
But that's how you listen, man. These people talking about I'm rooting for the player, not the team. Come on. That's such a cop-out.
I agree with that. I'm sorry, I wasn't raised that way. That must be his generation.
Listen, I wasn't Knicks fan, that way. But I loved Larry Johnson when he was in Charlotte, and I rooted for the Charlotte Hornets too, except when they played the Knicks.
They played the Knicks,
there was no way I could root for Charlotte against the Knicks. I loved Larry Johnson. I loved Alonzo Mourning. I loved that team, but I was a Knicks fan. But I loved LJ. I loved me some explosive Larry Johnson. When he was in Charlotte, come on, man. Him and Zoe on the front line, and Muggsy Bogues and Del Curry and those boys, and David Wingate. Come on, I love that team. Kenny Gaddison. I know that. Come on.
Yeah.
But I was a Knicks fan.
Well,
I didn't just say, I'm just going to root for Larry Johnson.
No. Rumble, you lit a
Come
few.
on.
He said you left Rumble alone. Now time is up. But Willie, we don't take Stephen A. serious at all. So
no more.
I don't take
Stephen A. Stephen A. is an outcast to me now.
Yeah. So I don't care what he crying about. They're saying Stephen A. said he's going to the game. I don't even want him at the Garden on Sunday.
He's a jinx. He's a jinx. He don't need to show up there.
Yeah. The last thing I want is Stephen A. Smith at the Garden.
It's going to be a tough game Sunday, even if Josh Hart is healthy. It's going to be tough because they're going to pound us inside. But Brunson has they got to figure out a way to get that. Again, it got to go back to what they did in Game 5. They didn't have Brunson bringing up the ball as much. They had him bringing up the ball a lot tonight. They had him bringing up the ball a lot.
Right, Keisha. Stephen A is a clown. And again, stay with the hot hand. If Deuce and Devo got it going, yo, Brunson, you don't need to get 30 tonight. Let them do what they're doing. And then once those guys go to guarding them because they're killing them, then you take over because at that point they can't guard you anymore.
Yeah.
You want Brunson in one-on-one matchups.
Yeah, I had
teams.
to block that dude tonight, yo. I had to block him. You don't come and try to troll me, and you don't know nothing about you ain't talking about the game. The team ain't got nobody, and you up here trolling. Nah, you're not gonna do that to me, and you're not gonna ignore the fact that you called a 4-0 sweep. You had the nerve to get on social media and said the Knicks were going to get swept 4-0, but you don't want to acknowledge that. All you want to acknowledge is the fact, oh, I told you we're going to see you in the Garden on Sunday on Game 7. You're not even a Pacers fan. You a fan of any team that's playing the Knicks. Get out of here.
These haters are just something else.
It's crazy. I'm not going to do it. So yeah, you got blocked. Yep, and I'm gonna block anybody else because one thing I'm going to do. I'm going to call it like it is. I'm not going to get on here and make excuses for my team. I'm not going to ignore if they do something wrong or they doing something that's not right. I'm going to call it like it is. But if you're not going to return it talking to me, then we're not talking.
Absolutely, Keisha. Yes, they did have the same starting five tonight. It was the same starting lineup as game 5.
Brunson forced a lot of shots tonight.
But Brunson, and the game changed in the second quarter where Brunson started forcing shots.
And then he didn't need to.
Who got blocked? Who got blocked?
No, he's asking. No, Willie. No, he's asking you, Jay. He said, "Who did you block?" He want to know. L want to know.
You want me to say the name?
Yeah, we fine with that.
Oh, Bishop Mike Cohen.
Oh. He's he ain't nobody. No, Willie, we're not gonna fire back because it gets to a point to where it gets out of hand. Yeah, we let you troll a little bit because you actually do know basketball and we know you acting crazy.
He brings something to the table.
Right,
Willie
know
brings
you
knowledge
mess
to the
with
table.
Right.
I'm not. Yeah, I don't fool up with these dudes that
these
just
other people. They just troll.
Wins and losses. That's all they know.
That's all they
don't know nothing else.
Like Willie, we know you don't actually hate the Knicks.
I don't talk to these guys. Like I don't talk to the ones that
other people.
Yeah, I don't fool up with them because to me, what they are is disgruntled Knicks fans.
No, Keisha, we didn't talk about
disappointed with 94 and 99. That's how I look at anybody from New York that goes as hard as they do against the Knicks. They are disgruntled Knicks fans from 94 and 99.
And you know what? I'm starting to agree with you, Butler. These are ex-Knicks fans who were jilted, who got tired of the disappointment. But again, what do you want from Leon Rose and this team? The guy has turned this thing around. You don't even hear about James Dolan anymore. You don't even hear about the guy. You want to know we hear about?
He don't even go to games no more. Dolan don't even come to games no more.
We hear about Dolan about the spear in Las Vegas. That's what we hear about when we talk about Dolan.
He did a fantastic job with that.
Oh, a great job with that thing. Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Tons of money over there.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Tons of money. That's why he got the spear on the jersey.
On the jersey. He said, we don't need a sponsor. I'm going to sponsor it myself.
When you got money like that, that's long money, son.
Right. When you can use your other business to sponsor your other business.
Long money.
How much money you got?
That's long money, son. That's long money.
I love it. I love it. Keisha said Bishop Jason McCants does talk about my Braun. Listen, Braun, I'm going to say
talk about your Braun.
LeBron James is...
He brought it on himself, Keith, and that's why I keep trying to tell you.
Right.
LeBron James, let me say this. I got to say it for Key. I got to say it for everybody. Mike is 1, LeBron is 1A.
Nah.
Straight like that.
Nah.
That nigga's dope, son.
LeBron is 1. No. Mike is 1. Kobe is 1A. And then you put LeBron there. You put Kobe in front of that guy.
Well, Keisha, you're willing to learn certain things, and you
That
ask
is fine.
questions,
That is
and we
what
appreciate that.
is that because it's 5 rings against 4? Is that what that
No,
is?
it's because he's a killer.
Oh, and
He's a killer. That
Kobe,
dude is a killer. Kobe is coming to rip your throat out.
I gotta, I gotta agree with J Mac on this.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
If I had to,
Excuse me.
because I really don't like getting into this, but if I
I'm
had
listening.
to,
I'm
it's-
packing for tomorrow because unlike some other bishops, I have work to do.
I think he just took a shot at us.
I am
I'm in
in school,
Virginia.
my friend. I'm in school, my friend. So I
I'm in
don't have
Virginia.
tomorrow off.
And I'm in Virginia, and I got my kids tomorrow too. So
And that's never. And I'm doing
know.
homework with kids. That's never a day off.
Never, never. But
But let me explain the Braun thing to Keish.
go ahead.
LeBron brought this all on himself, man. He brings these things on himself. He brings it because he's always since he left Cleveland. When he was in Cleveland, he was okay. The first time. Since he's left Cleveland, he's a spoiled baby. It's never enough for him when he loses. That's the problem. When
He never owns a loss. He never owns a loss.
Right. He'll own a loss here and there. But for the most part, it's more somebody else's fault. Like the Dallas series. He didn't take the responsibility for that thing. That was on him. He never showed up in any fourth quarter of that series. When they lost to San Antonio, his last year in Miami. He didn't take responsibility for that. You the leader. You the 1A. You the alpha. Why is that so important? Because it's not important to me. It's important to him. If you calling yourself the GOAT, that's why.
Let me take that a step further. Keisha, it's important because LeBron, and much in the way what you're seeing happen with Caitlin Clark right now in the W. You got somebody who is buying into their own hype and has to be humbled. Now, in LeBron's case, he was far and away a freak of nature athlete when he came into the league.
Who improves every year, and I'll give him that.
Absolutely. No, listen, LeBron is an otherworldly talent, but this is the person. Did he say that he was the GOAT? Actually? And did he call himself the king? Honey, his Twitter handle is @KingJames. That's his Twitter handle. This is the man who, when he decided that he was leaving Cleveland, he decides to have a whole. And again, I'm not mad at him going on his little tour to go visit teams.
It was the press conference.
That's fine. He decides to have a whole half-hour press conference on ESPN to do that. Then on media day in Miami, he gets in front of the people and says, "We're not going to win 2, not 3, not 4." He said that. He grabbed the mic and said this stuff.
He was mocking Michael Jordan when he did it. Come on,
right?
Now.
The decision with an ugly Brooks Brothers shirt on.
Yeah, I was like, "Come on, bro! You at least could have did Ralph Lauren."
Well, he didn't hear. No, I did hear him.
He said
that he believes that he is the greatest of all time.
He said him beating that 73 win.
He said, "I believe this makes me the greatest of all time."
He said, "This makes me the greatest of all time." It is on record. It is recorded. He said that.
Yep.
He said it.
No, Willie, you're not wrong. Willie, you're not wrong. You're not wrong at all, Willie. And again, I think Caitlin Clark is going to be a great WNBA player, but the hype wasn't necessary. And them girls in the W a little different.
Listen, like I said earlier, they got on Diana Taurasi, and she took a beating because she said what she said. She said he is not that. He's not the greatest of all time. He's not.
He is to her.
He's top.
Lakeisha.
He's top 3.
This is the Brooks Brothers shirt. This is the Brooks Brothers
That's the
shirt that
shirt.
he
That's the shirt.
I will give him.
This is the Brooks Brothers shirt that he was wearing, y'all.
LeBron is top 3. He's not number 1. And he's not number 1. He's past Magic. He's number 3. Because I had Magic at number 3, but he's number 3. Even though Magic got more chips, I'm still putting him ahead of Magic.
Now, Willie, I will defend anybody's right to say anything. That is his right. The issue for me and for most people who have an issue with it, not even so much that he's accurate. Do you need to say it?
Right. I think that's left for everybody else to say.
Right. Let the people debate it. Let your work speak for itself.
That's what happened with Mike. Mike has never publicly said, at least I've never heard him.
No, he might have said it in private. He might have said it on the court in the throes of a game. Whatever. But whenever he's interviewed about it, the first thing Mike says, I don't think it's fair to compare errors.
He said you can't debate errors.
And I respect that. Does Jordan or anybody need to say? Nobody. That's it, Keisha. Nobody needs to say it.
You just made our point. You just made our point.
It doesn't need to be
LeBron
said.
did. LeBron did. And he's foolish for saying that. Because I don't even have Edwards in my top 15 right now.
I mean, he ain't there yet.
No, he's not there.
Bro, you 22. Like, relax.
You 22 and you fighting to get out the second round.
Relax.
Right.
You got a long way to go, son. Relax.
The Joker humbled you the other night before y'all blew him out last night.
It's like Jimmy Butler doing all the crap, the talking that he did while sitting at home. First of all, your team is home, and secondly, you didn't play. So to say, if I was playing, even Pat Riley was like, yeah, you should shut up.
Yeah, if you're not in the playoffs, be quiet. You're home.
When the president of your team is telling you to shut up, you might want to shut up.
Listen, Pat Riley's a boss, yo. That dude is a boss. Riley is a boss.
I still respect Riles. I hate him, but I respect him.
I wish the Knicks would have given him what he wanted when he was here, but Dave Checkett, that was before they sold the team to Dolan.
I can't cut Bron any slack because since his sophomore year of high school, when he was the consensus sophomore player of the year from the time he was 15 years old, he's been in the media limelight. So he has had many years to cultivate it and understand how this works as far as dealing with the media. You got to be smarter than that. And again, LeBron does what he said in that podcast the other week really solidified it for me. And that's why he can never be my GOAT. For you to have 3 of the top 10 players in the league at the time and say you didn't have enough to win a championship rather than just give credit to the other team who had Dirk Nowitzki and a bunch of role players.
And J.J. Barea, who killed him.
J.J. Barea torched him. Tyson Chandler was blocking and rebounding everything. Like this was,
and Jason Kidd turned back the clock.
So I mean, don't get me wrong. Dallas won that series, but don't sit here and say that you didn't have enough.
No, say you didn't have enough to give enough. You only played for 3 quarters every game in that series. You didn't show up in the 4th quarter. Say that. Say I didn't show up in the 4th quarter. Dwayne Wade said we didn't have an answer for that little J.J. Barea.
Right, exactly.
He said it on Club Shay Shay.
Right, and that's an honest take. That's the media. You see how they do, but it's for the media to have these debates. It's for old media and new media. We are part of new media. It's for us to have those debates. You as a player shouldn't be entering those conversations.
I've never heard Barkley say I'm the greatest. I've never heard Wilt Chamberlain who scored 100 points. I've never heard Shaq say it. I've never heard Kobe say it. Again,
Dr. J never said it.
You leave that for the fans and your colleagues to say. You never have to get up and say I'm the greatest.
Never.
And he said it. I'm sorry, Keish. He said it. He said it in an interview. He said it must be a men thing. It's not a men thing. It's a sports thing.
The Clark and to your point about that, Keisha, the Clark and Reese thing honestly was good for women's basketball. Their little thing during the NCAA tournament 2 years ago was good for women's basketball. But I didn't like the way that they painted Angel Reese as a villain for having the same fire that Caitlin
Right.
Clark had.
For doing the same thing that Caitlin Clark was doing.
Like I watched her. We watched Caitlin Clark wave off Camila Cardoza in the Final Four when she went to go take that three. Like, that's disrespectful. And Willie, Angel was killed for that, and that was wrong. That was just competitive fire. But again, that happened on the court. I don't have a problem with y'all. What you do on the court is what you do. But I've never heard Angel Reese come out and say, I'm the best forward in the NCAA. No.
Listen, if we gonna take it to ball, all of us been on the court, whether it was AAU, whether it was PAL,
school, yep.
Whether it was high school. If that's the way you live, that's the way you gotta live. You talk, you gotta be able to take it back. That's just the way it goes. That's it. And you can't be upset. Well, to Caitlin Clark's defense, she never complained. It was everybody that was rooting for her that was complaining.
Yeah, it was everybody around.
She didn't complain. To her credit.
Right. To Caitlin Clark's credit, she just took it as part of the game. Like, she was like, hey, we trash talking. It's competitiveness. It's all good.
She said, charge it to the game. Yes, she did.
And I respected her for that.
Yes.
And again, and just to be clear, I don't dislike Caitlin Clark. I hope she has an amazing career. But I'm talking about all the people who labeled her as this GOAT and she hadn't played a minute in the W yet.
I'm going to tell you what the problem is, y'all. It's that Nike contract.
Yeah.
That's the problem. That's what the issue is with the W. She got that Nike contract. Was it 36 million? 26 million?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's 36 mil. And then you got what's her name from the Aces, who's like the top player.
Aja Wilson.
Who ain't get a deal.
Aja Wilson is a straight beast.
And she hasn't gotten a deal.
She single-handedly beat the Liberty last year in the WNBA finals. She single-handedly beat the Liberty last year.
She came out and said, I'm sorry. I know y'all ain't going to like it, but yeah, it's because I'm black and she's white. She said
But that's real. And I agree with this, Willie. You know, this new narrative, like she's the savior of basketball. But I'm not going to blame Caitlin Clark for that.
It's the WNBA's choice to do that. And I'm going to tell y'all.
It's the marketing. It's the marketing. Absolutely.
I did a video on this, and I had meant to send it to you because you always tell us, make some videos so we can put it up, and I didn't. I put it up on my page, and I didn't. And so it was my fault. You
can still send it because I can still put it on our TikTok page.
And you can edit it out or whatever. But the point I made, because Keisha came on, the point I made is this WNBA, they're not pushing Caitlin Clark because she's white. And they're not pushing Angel Reese because she's black.
No.
They're pushing them because they're trying to change the image of the WNBA. That's what this is about. The WNBA has an image.
They have an image problem.
Say it again?
They have an image problem, yes.
They have an image problem. And you can't have, God, what's the girl name?
Sam Raven Johnson locked her up. South Carolina. Listen, Dawn Staley coach team is going to be ready. And she don't get the due that she deserves as a coach.
They practice against dudes in their practice.
Like, Dawn Staley is the real deal, man. Dawn Staley.
They practicing against guys in a South Carolina practice. But that's the thing. They're changing the WNBA's image. They want us. They want guys like us to watch a female be a female on the court.
Right.
And I'm just going to say it.
And Keisha, you joke about it all the time, but it's true. That's why you see the lashes and the nails and the beat faces on the court now. Because
they're laughing, but I'm telling the truth.
I'm gonna try to say this as politically correct as I possibly can.
I said something on Keisha's post the other day, and Keisha had to delete my comment off her post because I could have got canceled for what I said.
So I'm gonna try to say it without us getting our show canceled because we're doing good these days. Understand that no one wants to see a certain element. And if you are trying to attract the dollar spenders in sports, which are males demographic 18 to 40 and beyond, or 18 to 50, because you're including us.
Right.
If you're trying to attract that demographic, you cannot have players that have a certain look
And a certain lifestyle.
and a certain lifestyle.
It's got to be a mixture.
I'm
It can't dominate.
right. It can't dominate. And it has to be known that the best players can also be supermodels.
And it has to be known that they have a chance this year for the first time in their history
To be profitable.
To finish in the black.
Yep, to be profitable finally. And that's because of Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese, who are, I'm just gonna go ahead and say it, are cis heterosexual women.
Yes.
Like Caitlin Clark's first press conference in Indy, you had one of the sports writers was hitting on her. I love it. I'm like, this is good.
At the draft, she showed up in a belly shirt and a mini.
Sure
Caitlin
did.
Clark.
She sure did.
Did you see Angel Reese? She was
Reese,
showing her boobs.
Angel Reese was at the Met Gala, then went out the next night and had 15 and 9.
And
that's how you do it. That's how you change the narrative.
Juju, when she coming with the when she show up. When Juju show up from USC next year,
it's gonna be.
Come on,
like, and that's just it, because
we want to, guys like us want to see. And again, I'm not being insensitive. I'm just
not at all.
We're with dollars for them. I want to see a woman. I want to see women be women on the court, be feminine on the court. I want to see lashes and nails and lip gloss and
a fine woman with competitive fire is sexy.
Yes, that's what we want, and it's drawing us.
It is.
It's drawing us. I'm gonna watch that game tomorrow.
I am. I'm looking forward to 1 o'clock.
I'm
to see Fever and Liberty. I'm looking forward to it. I'm gonna put the kids in a room somewhere and I'm gonna watch Fever Liberty at 1 o'clock.
But we were very politically correct with what we said tonight. We were good.
He don't think he can. That's why he's just being quiet.
We'll say it for you. You just stay quiet over there.
We got you, bro. We got your back. We got it.
Cardoza.
Yo,
woman, did you see her draft night? Did you see her draft night?
Yo. I said she's 6'7". My Lord.
Did you see that woman draft night?
I saw the picture and at first I was scrolling and I'm like, wait, that looked like, I scrolled back. It's like Camila Cardozo. I said, this is Cardozo. Oh my God. Yo.
Hair flowing, face beat down.
That Brazilian Amazon chick was looking amazing. She is a true Brazilian Amazon.
Listen, and then you got her and Angel Reese as a duo.
From a basketball standpoint, that's scary. with Teresa Witherspoon coaching them.
Teaspoon is coaching that team?
Yep. So Chicago is my dark horse to get to the finals this year. With those two in the front line.
They're going to be very defensive-minded.
Yeah, with Spoon coaching them, that's going to be a problem.
Yeah, so that's the thing with the W. Everybody's putting the stress on Angel, but I mean everybody's putting the stress on Caitlin Clark. That's not what this is about. Don't get lost in the Caitlin Clark white black. She may have gotten the endorsements outside of the WNBA, but that's not what the WNBA is trying to change their image. That is what this is about. Mm-hmm. The WNBA is changing their image. We are officially on board with the W Series in the Northeast. That hasn't happened before, where guys like us are interested in the W. It hasn't happened. They got a chance to finish in the black this year. Kelsey Plum, she said it. We got a chance to get some revenue sharing now.
Games are sold out for the first time ever this year.
And they're talking about expanding now.
There's expansion is coming. Golden State will have a team called the Valkyries, and they will be expanding into Toronto in 2025.
Yes. And guess what? The game is going to grow as you grow these rivalries that are coming out of college.
Mm-hmm.
As you grow these rivalries and you allow them to blossom in the WNBA, they are changing the image of that WNBA.
I looked at Reese Clark. I looked at that rivalry as Magic Bird for women.
Exactly.
Because that's what it was coming out of college. This is what.
Do y'all see this statement by Key?
What did she say?
They're gonna try to get me if I go to the game. Keisha, no, behave yourself. They're not gonna try to get you. You gotta behave yourself.
I want to say.
I will say. You say what you want to say, L. Go ahead.
Go ahead and say what you want to say.
If you get crazy,
do you disagree with our take that they're trying to change the image of the WNBA?
If you get crazy, I'll hit the mute button.
I believe that. Never mind.
You there? You there? Just go ahead and say it.
I believe that the days of Cheryl Miller is over.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, absolutely. Right? Absolutely.
And
what's the girl name? What's the center name from Phoenix? I keep forgetting. I don't know why I forgot her name.
Brittany Griner.
They said absolutely not. She cannot be the face of our league.
That is done.
It's over.
That's done.
That's
done.
Like
and it's by design.
It's by design.
Like they no longer do they want to push the.
It's not making money. Let's just put it like that. It hasn't made money in 26 years.
The other narrative, right?
No.
They don't want to push that narrative no more. And to be quite frank, the way the W was is one of the reasons why society is a little jacked up.
Oh, absolutely. And
yes, I agree with that take.
Right. It's one of the reasons why so much has happened.
McFadden.
In our culture.
And so much has changed because
you saw it, right? Keep talking about
there was a wow, I can't really say.
We're gonna get canceled. We're gonna get canceled.
That was a post of the views.
Right, it wasn't the host. We didn't say it.
The views expressed by our guests are not necessarily those of our hosts.
At the end of the day, right? It's like, yo, you know what? This is the WNBA. We have men in the NBA. We want women in the WNBA.
That's it.
Period. If we wanted to watch men play, then we would watch the NBA. And that's the reason why the WNBA has not finished in the black. Because so many sports fans was looking at women trying to be men.
I said it. I said it in that video. That's the video I'm talking. I said, Keisha will tell you, I said the very same thing.
And I hope that I was politically correct.
You said no.
You were fine. That was well.
You were
very well spoken.
And it's the truth. It's not a random take. It's absolutely the truth. Yeah. It's absolutely true. They haven't finished in the black in 27 years.
Like I couldn't watch it. Like I couldn't watch it because there was a part of me that felt like I was watching someone try to be me.
Exactly.
On the court. Like when I saw the first female dunk, I was like, oh God, this is getting out of hand. Right? Although I have no issue with a female dunking, but it was just Lisa Leslie. I was like, I feel like
it felt fair. Lisa Leslie is married and has children.
She's cis heterosexual.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I just felt like it wasn't supposed to be. Like it just didn't feel right to me. It doesn't feel right to see Brittany. What's her name?
Brittany Griner.
It doesn't feel right. When she came out of jail, she looked like a dude.
She still does, and
she's always looked like a dude. That's not
her
new.
Partner, they're having a baby.
Yo, and then not only that, when you hear her talk, she sounds like a dude.
That voice is so deep, man. Yeah.
She's a tenor.
I feel like she's taking testosterone, but
Yeah, she's definitely taking male hormones. Yeah.
So it's like I want to see if I want to watch WNBA Women's National Basketball League is what the W stands for, Women's National Basketball League, right? Then I want to look at women. I want to look at women. You don't see any female. You don't see any female in the WWE acting like a dude.
I'm not laughing at you, Butler.
You're laughing at McFadden's comments.
I see him. The women in the WWE, which is a men's,
well, a male-dominated wrestling
a
promotion.
male-dominated culture, the women have brought such a high level of sex appeal to the WWE. And that's what they want for the WNBA.
And kudos to Triple H for that, even with the WWE, because what we saw initially, because you go back to the days of Wendy Richter and the Fabulous Moolah, these women were not attractive.
Sensational Sherry, yeah,
Sensational Sherry, they were not attractive. Then they moved into the Divas era. I get what Vince was doing, but it went too far to the other end of the
derogatory.
Because it was derogatory, and then the wrestling was terrible. Along with
it wasn't even the way it was doing on panties matches and pillow matches and
that was disrespectful.
Yes.
So with Triple H, he has found that balance of, like you said, we have attractive women who are giving competitive fire, who can take bumps, who are listen. I get excited every time Jade Cargill flexes because it's very attractive.
What, she got 1% body fat, man, 2% body fat.
When she comes and does her opening, she does that flex into that little that pose. I'm like, ooh,
the pinfall.
Oh, that pin is that pin's something else. Yo, no, you wasn't on the night that the L gave us his reaction to the pin.
Oh, I was
first
on.
time you were on.
Yeah, I was on.
I was like, wait a minute, wait a second.
That's a lot for me, y'all.
Right.
That's a lot.
Like, wait, no, I'm not ready. Wait, am I supposed to feel like this after a wrestling match? Wait a minute.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes. Exactly. Triple H says yes.
Yes.
Come back and see again.
Right.
But even with the WWE, they have what's her name? She's been out because she broke her ankle or something. She used to be the GM on Raw, and she's out. She's come out and she's a lesbian.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot her name with the black hair.
I thought I saw one that looked like Jason.
Look who's here. He is angry. Do you see this? Wait, do y'all see this face? Do y'all see this face right now? Do y'all see this face right now? Okay, Dave, we've been waiting for you.
Yeah, we didn't think you were coming on, but we waiting on you. Go ahead, bro. You got the floor.
Let it rip.
It's 12:51. Go ahead, man.
Yeah, I was trying to talk myself off the ledge because we don't need no game 7. We don't need a game 7. We seen this in '95. We went to a game 7 and Patrick Ewing. I'm having flashbacks of a 7'1" man doing a finger roll like he's George Gervin.
Wait.
We do not need this. Josh Hart got diarrhea. It's a lot going on now. And we need Precious to step up, and we need OG to come back. That's the only way we're gonna beat these Pacers in Game 7. We gotta come out on fire. We shouldn't even let it get to a Game 7. But I know part of the league, Game 7 at Madison Square Garden for the NBA gonna bring in at least $80 million. And I don't need to see Jalen Brunson do a finger roll and mess up this game, because then it's going to put me back. It's going to set us back 30 years. We got 30 years riding on this. we're gonna go back into slavery. We're gonna go back to the days of Dave Checketts.
No. Dave Checketts was good.
Him and
Well,
Ernie
Ernie
Grunfeld were good,
Grunfeld.
by the way. Him and Ernie Grunfeld were good, but they were great GMs.
They were the
Well,
best
Scott
GMs
Layden.
until this one. Now that was terrible. Yes.
That was terrible. Yes.
We need to go sign Carmelo to a 30-minute contract. Just the first half. Because we got to do something. We cannot risk this game 7. We ain't gonna be this close no more. I just feel something in my spirit with this. It's not sitting right with me. Something ain't right.
I agree with you, Dave. I said tonight, I didn't think Sunday was a good. I already said I don't think if Josh Hart can't give 100%, we're losing Sunday. I said that.
And we don't play afternoon games good. Every Martin Luther King Day, just about we getting smashed because them afternoon games. We need them. This is the nightlife. New York City is about the nightlife.
It's 3:30
We need to play
Sunday.
at night.
Well, the good
3:30
thing was
Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, it was supposed to be 1 o'clock, so it is 3:30, which is a little better.
Not much, but
Not much, but it's a little.
it's 3:30 at home. So I'll tell it's not 3:30 on the road like game 3 was.
And you see, when you're in the daytime, the Pacers, they ain't scared of the daytime. They scared of New York at night. They don't like to come out in the dark. That funny boy, Miles Turner, he all right in the daytime with his sandals on and stuff. But at nighttime, they scared of the Garden at night because the Garden got a different feel at night. We got a different aura at the nighttime. Men's evil deeds are done in the dark. And we want to do some evil things to the Pacers. They ain't scared of us in the daytime.
Dave, how do you think Brunson played tonight? How do you think he played in the first half? How do you think he played?
Horrible. He was absolutely horrible. And I understand he might be wanting to set people up, but we don't need Jalen Brunson to be Mark Jackson. We need Jalen Brunson to be Allen Iverson. We need him to score. Everything runs through him. Everything. And he's missing shots, forcing this. I mean, come on. And this was on 3 days rest.
And that's the disappointing thing about this game.
Right.
They had more rest for this
put
game.
him away. Right?
Yeah, they had more rest for this game, man. And that's why I felt good about this game. You know.
I did too.
I felt good, but like I said, I don't know. Sunday we'll see. Butler said he's gonna stay at church. He ain't turning it on. You got service Sunday afternoon too, right, Dave?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, so you ain't gonna watch.
But I'm thinking about canceling it.
You ain't canceling no game. That's your anniversary. You ain't canceling nothing.
I'll cancel it for the Knicks.
Your choir's coming. Your choir coming to sing. You ain't doing that.
They don't need me.
I'm considering doing a
Jerry
live
Williams
watch along. Considering doing a live watch along for Game 7 on Sunday. We'll see. Because I'll be home. Because I got one service.
Yeah, I'll be home too. One service. I'll be home.
Y'all got one service on Pentecost Sunday?
I sure do. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
What happened to the days of the 90s when we would have church all day, Lord Hope on Pentecost Sunday? What y'all doing in Virginia down there?
Well, firstly, in the South, this is normal.
Actually, some churches only have church twice a month.
Right. Afternoon services are not a thing in the South. They're not.
Yeah.
And in the South, they don't go to church. Some churches don't go to church every Sunday.
Yeah, especially like in the Carolinas.
Yep. They have Sunday school every
every Sunday. But they only have like 2. You're right, 2 services a month.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What in the world is going on down there?
That's been the case. That's been the case down there.
No,
He
because
said Lucid.
it's still very much the Bible Belt. Because what happens is those churches are churches where people contribute their money.
Right.
They make sure their church is taken care of. The upkeep is there. Everybody's gonna be there for the church anniversary.
Whoever
Everybody's
need to get
gonna be there.
the musician staff gonna get
They're gonna get
paid.
paid. Everything is gonna be good.
The pastor gonna get paid. They're gonna
They,
make
they,
sure everything is running right.
they have
And
cultivated it. Yep.
that's it.
Well, that sound right. That sound all right to me.
I know it do. I know it do.
Listen, the South is a different, and you're right, McFadden. More rest isn't always a good thing, and tonight it wasn't. Tonight it really wasn't. Wait, is this L in the comments talking about they not saved? We are saved, L. That's him.
No,
on
he
the
talking
screen.
about the people in the South ain't saved.
Listen, these churches. Yep, they do be SRO. It's different down here.
Listen, it's different, man. I mean, they got a different way. They don't believe in being in church all day either. They don't believe in that. They don't believe one service going 2 and 3 hours. They don't do that down there.
At
You'll be in
most,
the
they'll
church
give
by
you 2
yourself.
hours.
You will be in the church by yourself. You talk about
It's
doing
now
a Brooklyn
and then
service.
Monday.
Huh?
What'd you say, Dave? What'd you say, Dave? We missed it.
Bishop Figueroa is in service right now. Can y'all hear me?
Until
we-
Monday.
Yo, can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we got you.
Yes.
He's in service tonight until Monday on Pentecost.
I mean, well,
They shutting in for Pentecost.
that ain't nothing new.
Yeah, but the South, they don't play that in the South, man.
The South is different.
You ain't
This
gonna be
is-
in church for no two
Wow.
2.5 hours, 3 hours down there. They will leave you in there by yourself.
by yourself.
They give you a good hour and a half, I guess. I reckon.
Oh yeah, they will.
Oh, they'll give it to you. They'll come support. They're gonna give their money. They're gonna give you a solid hour and a half. But after
They're gonna
that,
sing the hymns, doxology, praise and worship, choir sing, sermon, offering. We go home.
yep, sure enough. And listen, it took some getting used to, but I like it.
I ain't mad at it. Let me
Nope.
tell you, I ain't
Not
mad
at
at it.
all.
That's how I do it up here in
Y'all-
New York.
Y'all know y'all missed that Brooklyn church.
No,
No, I don't.
No, do not. Absolutely don't. Absolutely do not miss it at all.
Nope. Not a little bit, Davey. Not a little bit.
Well, me and Butler, we ain't gonna be able to watch the game, but we're gonna be in church.
Well, Butler don't. He said he ain't watching it anyway. He said he not watching it. He said he not watching. So he said he's not even gonna be in the chat. He gonna give his phone to Artel, so he can't.
He gonna watch it.
So he can't
He gonna
see us
watch
posted in the group. He can't see us posted in the chat.
He gonna watch it.
I don't know if I'm gonna watch it, Dave. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I don't have a good feeling about Sunday.
Well, I'm
But at the
I
same
don't-
time, I don't like these Nick haters, these trollers. I don't like this. Your boy got me real upset tonight. I had to block him.
Not Cohen, not Cohen.
Yeah, I had to
Yeah,
block
Cohen.
him. Yeah, I had to block him. Yeah. Yeah. I had
Who
to
is
block
his
him.
team? Who he
He
like?
ain't never said. And I called him out on the carpet about being a weatherman. Because he keep changing his prediction.
Ah!
You a weatherman. Yep.
I called him out. I said, "You a weatherman." He first said, you remember, Dave, on my live, he said
We're gonna get swept.
4-0. Yes, he did. And he won't acknowledge it. He won't acknowledge it. So I
Sure
said, if you
did.
ain't gonna acknowledge that, then we ain't gonna talk. So I blocked him.
But let's say he not watching.
Yeah, I had to block him, man, because he was trolling. He was trolling. And I'm not in the mood for trolling, not tonight.
Yeah, ain't nobody got no time for that.
So
Man, they
so just get
replayed
ready. coming
that
to your
Patrick
page.
Ewing finger. They replayed Patrick Ewing's finger roll tonight. I didn't want to see that.
Listen, I
replayed
don't like the fact they keep making this rivalry one-sided, as if the Knicks never
I'm sick
won
of this
any
narrative
series.
that the Pacers have
Owning it.
in this rivalry. While the truth of the matter is the Knicks have I think they're even in as far as their series wins when they face each other in the playoffs. They're even.
Right. The last game the last Pacer win that Reggie was on, um, he went off in game 7 in the guard. I think he had like 35, 37 points. We couldn't stop him. We were getting blown out. That was that Patrick Ewing, not the Mark Jackson team. That was the Patrick Ewing team. He beat us in the guard. He beat an old Patrick Ewing and a tired Derek Harper. We couldn't keep up with him. He was running off screens that whole game 7 in the Garden that game. They blew us out in that game, and he didn't let up off the gas. And he went and kissed the floor of the Garden when they won. They showed that tonight.
Yeah.
They showed that tonight. But
I
they
don't
act
even
like
want
the
to
Knicks
see
ain't
them
never.
showing.
They're like the Knicks ain't never beat them. That's what I don't like about this media. They act like the Knicks never won. They don't play the game where the Knicks went to Market Square down 3-2, and Starks and Harper had a big game, and they won and came back to the Garden and beat them in game 7. They don't play that.
And then we went to the finals that year.
Went to the finals. They don't. You would have thought.
Right.
You would think the way they play it, the Knicks never beat them.
Yeah, that was the Reggie Miller choke series.
Yes.
Yes.
We don't even talk
And
about
the
the
only
headbutt
thing
series.
they show about that, series is him choking. That choke. But y'all lost.
They don't talk about the game 5. When it was the first round was 5 games, and Starks headbutt Reggie.
Right.
We beat them in that series.
Knicks won that series 3-1.
All they keep showing is Starks headbutting him and him getting kicked out. That's all they keep showing.
And Patrick was pissed at Starks because we should have swept that series.
Should have swept them.
Yes.
If you look at Pat Riley's record as a Knicks coach, we were never good under him in game 3. We lost every game, just about every game 3 under Pat Riley. We had a terrible record in game 3s under Pat Riley. Terrible. I think we were 0 for whatever in game 3s under Pat Riley. We never won a game 3.
This season is so important because y'all know Porzingis is out. They just said he's out the first 2 games of the Eastern Conference Finals. Whoever they play.
Announced it.
That's so huge. Which the Knicks got to go in here and get Game 7, get OG back, and then go beat Boston.
And we can steal 2 games in Boston.
Listen, you put doubt in Boston's mind if you go in there and steal Game 1. Because it's us.
Because they can't take a punch. Boston can't take a punch.
It's a golden opportunity for the Knicks.
I watched Boston Cleveland the other day, and I'm like, this Boston offense is terrible. Like, it is literally a series of guys going one-on-one, and when they don't have a shot, they just pass it to the next person.
Me and you was on the in the chat watching them close out Cleveland.
Mm-hmm.
And if Cleveland would have had Spider, they would have went to a game 6.
It would have been over.
Listen, JB Bickerstaff messed up because he should have went to Marcus Morris earlier in the series. Because
he was lighting them up from 3.
He lit them up in that game. And all they needed was a little bit from Spider that night.
And Evan Mobley showed you something. When you give him room down low and don't have the extra big down there, he can dominate.
Him and Jared Allen together doesn't work. It doesn't work.
No.
Once they move, he had room to operate down there. You saw the type of player he can be.
Absolutely. So Knicks lose tonight, 116-113. Another tough loss tonight. Game 7 Sunday, 3:30 p.m. On ABC. The Knicks will try to close it out. Again, as we've said, given the circumstances, Knicks are playing with house money. It's winner take all. I just come out if I'm New York, and if I'm Tibbs, leave it all on the court, fellas. Give your best effort.
Don't forget this. I disagree that it's going to set us back 30 years.
No,
we don't have a front line, man. I know you hurt. I know you're emotional. I'm hurt too. But we don't have a front line. Our front line is decimated. Josh Hart it could be compromised. We may be down another body.
Mm-hmm.
So listen, right now the Knicks should have been out of this series already. I mean, come on, let's just be honest. The Knicks couldn't sustain this. And I'm not going to subscribe to the NBA being involved with this. I'm just not. I can't. I cannot subscribe to the NBA having to do with what happened tonight to the Knicks. This was all Knicks. The Brunson missed 11 straight at one point, Dave.
Yeah.
11 straight. After you had your two other guns going, you had McBride and DiVincenzo. He didn't pass them the ball. He was shooting in a double team. That ain't the NBA. That ain't the refs.
No.
That's us. That's us.
That's
That's us.
us.
He has to come out on Sunday, play under control, trust his teammates, and
Play off the ball more.
play off the ball.
Play off the ball so you can serve your energy. I'm not in denial. Nah, you in denial. Nah. I'm not saying the NBA don't want a Game 7. I think they're ecstatic about a Game 7. But the NBA didn't have nothing to do with them missing shots tonight. The NBA didn't go in the locker room and say, y'all go and miss these shots because I want a Game 7. That ain't what happened.
Had the Knicks come out like they should have came out, ain't nothing the NBA could have done about it.
No, but that's just it. That's just it, Dave. They did come out that way. And then Brunson, just for whatever reason, went away from the offense.
Over the game. Decided he was going to take over the game.
They came because it was about weathering the storm earlier in that game because you knew we weren't the desperate team. And the Knicks weathered the storm. They went up a bit earlier. You had Devo and you had Deuce who were cooking. And it was just like, hey, keep getting the ball to those guys.
And Ochoa got to be more physical with Siakam.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
He let Siakam just shoot free throws, basically. Foul line jumpers. He just got right in the soft part of the defense and parked
And Siakam don't miss that. He don't miss that free throw shot, man.
And
he don't miss it.
Yeah, you're right. It's not like Precious can't defend out further away from the rim. So get out there. Get into him
and make him put the ball on the floor.
That's what you want because he's turnover prone when he puts the ball on the floor. He is turnover prone. That was the other thing tonight. Not getting to lose. The Knicks were creating havoc for a little while. They couldn't get to any loose balls. Couldn't get to them.
We got killed on the offensive glass tonight.
Yep.
We got demolished. Second chance points we got killed. Fast break points we got killed. Every area that we
normally dominate. Yep.
We got killed in tonight.
Agreed.
That's effort. That has nothing to do with the NBA. That's effort. So no, I cannot blame this on the NBA. I think they're ecstatic that they're getting a Game 7 in the Garden, but they didn't put us there. We put us there. Period. Y'all know me. I'm going to call it like it is. I ain't going to make no excuse. The Knicks put the Knicks in Game 7. Period.
Mitchell Robinson posted on Instagram a few minutes ago, we scratch, we claw, we find a way.
That's what it's going to take Sunday.
Yes. We're going to have to grind this thing out.
We're fully expecting Josh Hart to play on Sunday as of right now. We have not heard anything to the contrary. The Knicks ruled him out for the rest of tonight's game, but we fully expect him to play on Sunday as of right now. Well, the finals would be taking place on Father's Day.
Yeah, Father's Day. That's a finals game.
That'll be the finals, because there is no rest coming up because the conference finals are going to be every other day. The schedule is set up. It's the 21st, 23rd, 25th, 27th, 29th, 31st, June 2nd.
And that's what I'm saying. I mean, how long do you think the Knicks are going to be able to sustain this?
With the schedule like this, you can't. You can't. But this is the word on. There's no word on OG as of yet. Woj did say earlier he does not expect him to be available for Game 7 on Sunday. But at this point, he's a game time decision.
I saw something about conference finals Game 1. If the Knicks got that far, that he would be available Game 1.
Now if we beat Boston, it's rigged. L, will you stop?
Now, I will say this, with that schedule like that, if other teams get the same injuries that the Knicks have, let any other team lose their whole front line. They ain't gonna be able to deal with what we dealt with.
Right. What we're dealing with would be like Porzingis, Tatum, and Drew Holiday going down at the same time for Boston. That's what we're dealing with.
Imagine that.
That's what we did. That's what we're dealing with, fellas. And that's why I'm not going to let anybody troll me. You're not going to sit here and troll my team like I got a full squad and we getting our brains beaten.
Right.
Come on, man, stop this.
If we getting the brakes beat off, I mean, not for nothing. And again, this is no disrespect to them. This is not like Denver getting beat by 45. Denver's at full strength and got beat by 45 last night.
Thank you.
They got beat by 45 at full strength last night. The defending champions got beat by 45 last night at full strength. So we are not the same. I agree, Jesse. Right. We do play better at home, and this is why if I know I got Josh Hart on Sunday, we've got a puncher's chance because we still have Madison Square Garden. This is why Sunday, and I'm sure Tibbs is telling his team, this is why we didn't tank out of the 2 seed. This is why
we needed home court advantage.
And this is why you get home court to go to games to get game 7 on your home court.
Jalen said after game 3, this is a long series.
And every team has done what they're supposed to do. If we look at it from the positive, every team has won on their home floor. We did not get eliminated tonight, guys.
Right.
The series just got tied up. We did not get eliminated.
It's disappointing, but it's not over. It's disappointing, but it's not over. Crazy thing.
And I think,
13. Yep.
Help me, y'all. If the Knicks had won tonight, we would still be playing Sunday, but we'll be playing Boston.
No, the league.
No, they would have gave us off till Tuesday.
The league announced this morning that if the Knicks won tonight, originally, you're right. Originally, it was supposed to be Sunday. If the 2 series had ended in 5, but if the Knicks went, the league said if the Knicks go at least 6, then we'll start on Tuesday.
Okay.
So Tuesday. So
but when it's Sunday, yeah.
Sunday.
When it's Sunday, it's every other day.
Yeah, that's the thing. But that's why and that's the other thing that I just thought about it. That's why the game's at 3:30 on Sunday. Because the next series starts on Tuesday. The Western Conference Finals doesn't start till Wednesday. So they can play later on Sunday because they're going to get an extra day off regardless. Western Conference is going to get an extra day off regardless. The Eastern Conference doesn't have that luxury. So you got to try to give them a chance rather than have them play Sunday night, then because whoever wins this series has to travel to Boston.
Fellas, it's 3-3.
Yep.
3-3.
It's 3-3. It's not 4-2.
Yes, Jesse. I totally agree. Free throw shooting.
And I was going to say the NBA didn't make us miss free throws tonight. That's shots with nobody playing defense on you.
That's free money. That's what my coach used to say. Free money.
Come on.
Free money.
That's what my coach used to say in high school. That's free money. Go to the line and collect.
Get your money.
Free money. We worked on free throw shooting.
Dave, it's not 4-2. It's 3-2. It's 3-3.
3-3.
It's not 4-3.
And
we didn't lose the series tonight.
And not for nothing, I will say, and again, Josh Hart is the factor. But I'm going to say this. Game at home, winner take all for one game, I bet on the Villanova Knicks. Because they're
that Garden crowd is going to be crazy Sunday. They're going to be absolutely out of their mind Sunday.
It's one and done. And if the Villanova Knicks can be the Villanova Knicks, man, these guys
I just want to get to the Eastern Conference Final.
Right.
And whatever happens.
Whatever happens. Yeah, Jesse, that was the point differential. I mean, there were other little
things. But I wish this game was that. I wish it was that night, man, because I love the Garden crowd. That Garden crowd is different when they drunk. Them drunk Knicks fans.
They're gonna be drunk.
See, they're gonna be drunk.
Oh, you got
3:30.
They
ain't gonna be drunk. These are not drunk as you suppose, being that it is only the third hour of the day. They will not be drunk at 3:30 in the
Oh,
afternoon.
you got it wrong. Oh, yes,
Davey,
they will after this game.
You're talking to somebody who goes to Christmas Day. Well, up until this year, I go to a Christmas Day game, which is at noon every year. I go every year. They
And
gonna
they
be
drunk already?
They
They
drunk.
gonna be drunk Sunday,
They
Doc.
drunk. I'm at
It
We
the
ain't
need
garden.
the drunk
I'm at the
nickname.
garden
It ain't
Christmas Day
Pentecost
every
Sunday for
year.
them.
Right. It ain't Pentecost Sunday for them. They gonna listen. Bro,
It ain't Pentecost Sunday for them.
because my friend who gets the tickets, I'm in the Chase Lounge with them. Ain't nothing like being around a bunch of drunk white people at 12:15 in the afternoon.
Dave,
Jesus.
they gonna be drunk. Dave, they gonna be drunk with new wine.
And those are the fans that scare the opposing players. But
They
they'll
was
say
sitting there with their
anything.
beer in their hand, cursing them out.
I've walked into the Chase
Yes.
Lounge at 11:45 in the morning on Christmas Day, and cats was already on their second and third drink.
You not kicking nobody. Westbrook ain't coming into the garden and kicking nobody out for cursing them out in the garden.
Right.
Oh,
You
no,
know
no.
they don't
Garden
do that
security
in the
gonna look at
garden.
you like, you just gotta take it. You gotta take
They
it.
don't do that. They don't
Security
do that
might
in the
curse
garden.
you out.
Right.
Right. They don't do that in the garden. You're not kicking nobody out in the garden.
And not for nothing, Indiana does as it's. And I hate to use this term, but it's true. They are a front-running team. They don't have any. There are no killers on it. Tyrese Halliburton is not a killer.
He had 15
No.
points tonight. He did nothing.
Deuce did a great job
And-
on him again tonight.
And he listens to Taylor Swift. I heard that's his favorite artist.
Why are you like this, Dave? Why are you like this?
Hey, that's what they showed. They showed him dancing to Taylor Swift song.
But they don't have a killer. Like, I'm not worried about it's a game 7, and not for nothing, we're worrying about Joel Embiid coming in here, a healthy Joel Embiid. We're not worrying about a healthy KD, a healthy LeBron for a game 7. Those guys, not even so much LeBron, but a healthy KD or guys who are big game assassins. That's not.
Well, I'm gonna tell you,
that's not who's
low hope.
walking into the Garden on game 7
Siakam gave us 50 one day at the Garden.
during the regular season. And listen, guys have those games against the Knicks, but in big games, notice there's only the big game assassins that come in and have those huge games against us in the Garden in game 7s. That ain't happening. That's not happening Sunday.
I pray not.
You're gonna be able to tell the first couple of shots from Indiana. If those shots are short in any way or long, they're tight.
Halliburton is going to fire a couple threes in the first couple minutes. He's going to definitely do that to try to get his team fired up. They always do that. They start with Halliburton shooting a 3.
And not for nothing, for all of his talk about, I got to be more aggressive, and all of this. He only took 12 shots tonight.
He was 6 of 12.
He took 12 shots. How much? He said
Had
he wasn't that
15
much.
points.
He didn't want to give Deuce the credit after game 5. But Deuce has done a great job. Tonight, it was Pascal Siakam and the adjustment for them to kill us inside. That's what beat us tonight. Again, it wasn't Tyrese Halliburton. I'm interested to see what kind of adjustment Tibbs makes for this game. I'm sure we're going to start small again. Honestly, if I'm honest, even
Burks?
No. Precious. I don't start Josh Hart. That's who I don't start. I don't start Josh Hart on Sunday.
And you need the office you need the office of the DiVincenzo, McBride, and Brunson.
Exactly.
Right.
And then you bring in Josh Hart against their second unit and let him run their second unit off the floor.
There you go. What did Obi Toppin do tonight? Because he had a lot of highlights, but what his numbers look like?
That was his highlight. His points were all those. He didn't make a 3, and he had 3 dunks. Those 6 points those 3 highlights were his points.
It looked more like he did more, but it was just all highlights.
It was just at the time he did it, they were on runs, and it got the crowd excited. So he got those dunks doing their runs.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he got out in transition on
yeah.
one.
He didn't do it in the flow of a half-court offense.
Yeah, it wasn't good. I agree, Jesse. Jalen is a good distributor, and he really needs to do better with it. Today
He
he
should
did
have been
not.
the decoy tonight.
Yeah. And that's the feel of a point guard. You got to know, and it's not even that he didn't have it. It was just that the game is flowing a certain way. And one thing that Tibbs always says, and he preaches that I agree with, he always says the game is going to tell you what to do. You just got to do it. And the game early was telling Jalen,
Yes.
you don't need to force nothing. Save those bullets for the second half.
And
Let these guys keep
we
us in the game.
we thought that's what he was doing. Remember, we was in the
Yeah.
chat saying, okay, he's gonna let them do whatever. And he was on the bench when the Knicks was still in the game. They were still in the game and only down by 2, and Jalen had nothing to do with it. He came back in the second quarter. That was it.
And Breen said it early on. He was like, Jalen Brunson has 5 points and the Knicks are down by 2. And I'm like, yes, because Deuce and Devo were cooking. Deuce and
He's
Devo
getting
were
caught
cooking.
up. Jalen is getting caught up in the hype too about him scoring these points and being in the record book.
I think so.
That's
Having
not
to carry the Knicks.
That's not
He's
important.
getting caught up too.
Right. I mean, and again, that's his youth. He's 26 years old. But, I need him to be better in those moments. But this is where having Julius Randle or even OG Anunoby, because I really feel like he's putting extra pressure on himself. I really feel like he's putting extra pressure.
Dave, I did say this tonight before you got on that I'm not going to say Tibbs needs to be fired. I'm just going to say from now on, I don't like his move. I don't like what he did. But I'm not going to say that we shouldn't extend him and we shouldn't fire him. I think Tibbs is our coach. I did say that.
He's
we
about
go.
to get a $10 million extension, $10 million a year.
And
$10 million a year.
I agree with him being running the team. I don't think we should get anybody else.
Because and that's why he's got a team that's built for his style.
Yeah.
And
I think right now the Knicks are set. He's gonna get you the best. And listen, win, lose, or draw tomorrow, I'm not throwing away Tibbs. I'm not throwing him away. So I wanted to let you
Gotta
know
hold
that.
on to him.
But the disclaimer is, if he jacks up, we gonna kill him.
Yes.
we gonna kill him.
He better make the right
And then-
decisions tomorrow.
Yeah.
But we gonna kill him. I ain't gonna get rid of him. I ain't gonna fire him. I ain't gonna say we should.
But you are
But you
coach,
better do the
but
right- you better
you
do right
mess it
tomorrow.
up, right? You
Yeah,
better do
I think Tibbs gonna come up with a plan that's gonna alienate Pascal Siakam, because Siakam really he did work on us tonight.
It's a size thing. Josh Hart on Siakam doesn't work. He's giving up 5 inches and
He was
40
shooting
pounds.
over the top all night.
He's
shooting
giving up
over the
5
top.
inches and 40 pounds to
And then
Siakam.
Precious wasn't getting up on him. He was giving him like 3-5 feet. And by the time he would rotate out, the ball was already out of Siakam's hand.
I think Precious, having been up against Siakam, wasn't used to this level of aggression from Siakam. So, because Siakam was very aggressive tonight with his shot.
Yeah.
And we haven't seen that. And again, Precious, if anybody knows him, OG and Precious know him. So
That's right.
I think Precious was caught a little off guard. And then at the same time, this is why Tibbs has the if he's gonna put Precious on Siakam, you've got to have another big in there. If not Hartenstein, get Jericho Sims in there because you had him trying to hedge, and he's not gonna go out on Siakam and leave Miles Turner by himself down on the block.
No, can't.
So and if he's gonna be on Siakam, who's guarding Miles Turner?
And Hartenstein got abused by Miles Turner tonight. Anytime he switched over to him, Miles Turner went right at him.
But again, it was the same problem because Hartenstein was trying to get back and forth between helping out on Siakam and getting back to Turner. When you got to help that much, you're at a disadvantage.
I agree with you, OG. Achua should be in the starting lineup and let Miles, Devo, and Brunson carry the load for the starting unit.
And
I agree.
and I trust the defensive mind of Tibbs. He just need one more adjustment.
He's watching film on the plane as we speak. You already know.
He's watching it right now. He needs one more adjustment to get us to the Eastern Conference Final. He don't gotta I don't think Tibbs worry about the offense. Yo, I got to see how I can get more points.
Yes, that's
Tibbs,
Miles Turner. Yes, that's Miles Turner, Jesse.
Yeah, that was
Tibbs got to make
that was the
one
pick I put
more
up.
adjustment,
Wearing an ascot on the bench.
and we be good. He gonna make that adjustment. I don't know what he gonna do, but on his defensive mind is the best defensive mind, maybe other than Eric Spoelstra in the
Mel
league
said
right
white uniforms for Pentecost.
Yeah, I'm wearing my my white chasuble Sunday. I'm serving communion on Sunday.
I'm gonna try to find a white Knicks jersey, all white.
They sell them.
You
They
grab
sell
one
'em.
tomorrow. I'm sure you can grab one tomorrow.
Yep. Listen, fellas, I'm going. I love you guys.
Yeah.
Y'all my dudes. I love
They haven't
y'all.
I
announced, and
apologize for getting on so
announced
late,
the.
y'all.
No, it's okay. You had
No,
to
we
clear
know
your
it's your
head. I
anniversary.
understand. It's all
Yeah,
good.
yeah. You had to clear your head. Listen, I wish I could, but I couldn't leave D-Lo by himself.
I
couldn't
can
leave him.
handle it. I can handle it. But
Yeah. I know, but I had to be here. I had to be here and face the music.
Stop, Jesse. All right, that's it.
Yeah, you know it's time to go now.
It's time to go.
Davey
Jesse
ain't
the
see
win.
that comment.
Right. We're
Did
talking
you see
about
that comment, Davey?
Miles Turner.
No.
Jesse said Miles Turner might like to be double teamed.
Well, I know that to be true.
In the post.
In the post.
Oh, so all he needs is Dwight Howard and Karl Anthony Towns.
Get us out of here, D-Lo.
Thank you all for joining us tonight. Knicks fall 116-103. Series is tied at 3. Game 7 Sunday, 3:30. We will be back here with you post game on Sunday afternoon. Until then, it's still orange and blue skies. Y'all have a great night, everyone. We'll see you Sunday afternoon.
Peace.
Peace.